Oh, baby, we're back.
Hello. We're back.
Nice shades, buddy.
My door's open.
I miss you.
I can't see anything. I miss you too, man.
You didn't see who walked in the door and left it open.
Stevie Wonder knew.
Oh, blocking out the
Man in
haters.
the box.
That's us now.
I missed that.
We're back.
Yeah. We
Oh
back,
boy. How you doing,
What's
bud?
going on? Good. Doing good, man. I think you're still wearing the same sweater from when I dropped you off.
I haven't changed because it has your scent on it from our final hug, and you know,
Gotcha.
I've been, wearing it all week.
It's
It's like a doer hug.
That's right. A unique scent. But you do have a tendency to ruin hoodies in Boise, which is where we were for the last little bit.
Boy, what a week.
Too quick. Went too quick.
I can't wait to relive these memories with you and our audience tonight.
Yeah. It's going to be a good time. So
I've been kind of sad.
Yeah, it's been a weird week. It's the first week that I've actually worked 5 days in a row because leading up to it, I had to take a few days off just because of whatever, with vacation rollover and the fiscal year ending in April. So it's tricky, right? Even though we took a schwack of time off last year, it's like, well, you got to take a little bit more, which is a fortunate problem to have.
Yeah, I do still have a good chunk of PTO left, which is fun.
Yeah.
Because you don't really think about work when you're
No.
At least when I'm getting lost in the sauce over in Boise, the fry sauce.
Which you had only once?
I don't know if I had it at all.
I think we did at the lift because you end up getting your chicken tendies.
Oh yes.
Why I remember that? I could I tell you
that was the first. That was our first. That was Sunday night, right? So that was our first whole day there. I forgot all about that day.
Yeah, because we had a lot of fun before that. So I think, what do you say we start from the beginning?
I think that's where everyone wants us to start.
Yeah, I think.
Thank you to everyone who's tuned in.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We currently have a unknown amount of people, 7 people watching. Excellent.
Well, I that is lower than usual, but worst time or whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Worst day of the week. Worst time of the worst day of the week.
Yep.
And there's a big spaceship about to land in an hour that I'm sure people are watching the stream of. I may even have it pulled up. What are you sipping on?
I haven't had an espresso in a minute.
So there were a couple days that you missed coffee, and I don't know how you did it.
I know. But yes, for those that don't know, Joy and I were your entertainment for TRCMA for the beginning of the mid-show,
if you will.
Yeah. So we were supposed to get there on, I'm going to pull up my handy dandy calendar. We were supposed to be there on the 29th of March to have the show then continue through the 30th to the 2nd. Go home on the 3rd. Plans changed. TRC was extremely accommodating, which we'll get to in a minute. And I ended up flying to Joey. So we were able to actually rent a car. TRC was very accommodating of that because the Mini Cooper, if anything was to happen, it was that week. That's when stuff was going to go down. Our millennial luck, that's what was going to happen.
It's going in for service soon. It'll be. Ooh, I can't wait to hear it purr again.
Is there an appointment?
Not yet, but I've narrowed it down to a couple shops.
Are you gonna get your guy? Remember the guy that was like, "Hey, I'm a mini dude."
That's so like I guess that's like the third option, but I haven't heard from or seen him since.
Okay,
I have his number. I think I still have his number.
So that's not like an oil and water situation. Like you're on good terms with them.
I only spoke to him that one time and he seemed to be friendly. So, yeah. Anyway, didn't
Okay.
mean to interrupt.
That's okay.
I digressed you.
Yes. So flew to Joey, but with this, because we had to be a little bit, not really a nuisance, but because we were being accommodated, we thought, hey, let's take advantage of the situation and try and work it out to our benefit, if you will, but still be
Mhm.
relaxed, ready to go, fresh. So I ended up flying to you on the 27th, which is a Friday. So flew out, got to you Friday afternoon, got the rental, and I'm at the rental desk. And the guy's like, and I did all this ahead of time. Like, I'm not just showing up like, hey, I need a car. And I'm like, yeah, I made the reservation, blah, blah, blah. He's like, do you want the additional coverage? I said, no, I already, purchased that. We're good to go. Guy proceeds to say, oh, do you guys have insurance in Canada?
Do
I'm
you?
like, I'm sorry, what? Sorry, I don't crash my dog sled daily. Sorry.
Well, they need to know these things.
I guess so. So got the car, had the option between a Hyundai Elantra or a Toyota Camry hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
And I did the adult thing and went the Japanese Toyota route.
Mm-hmm. Reliable.
Probably built in the US, but also the hybrid intrigued me.
Yeah. Yeah. We were
I
we
just
were
didn't know how good
what,
it was going to be.
MPG maxing? Is that what the kids call it? I don't know.
If they don't, then they will.
Yeah.
So this
Gas
thing ended up
maxing?
getting 49 miles to the gallon, which is around just a hair over 4 liters per 100 kilometers, which at the GTI, that would not be the case whatsoever.
No, we round trip spent $124 on fuel.
And it was
Round
full
trip.
when we had it, that being said.
Yeah. That we would have spent that within the first like 3 hours with the
Yeah,
GTI.
we would have still been in California.
Yeah.
So
Yes, absolutely.
the route that we took, we actually got honey dicked because Joey's not a huge breakfast guy, so we kind of aimed, but it's kind of an exception. Your homie's in town, you make the exception.
Oh, I ate
And
a lot more than I usually eat over
oh
the
yeah,
course of last week just
oh
because
100%.
I'm with the homies like you said.
Yeah.
And boy, my pants are feeling it this week.
So I wanted to because a little town north of you is Auburn, California.
Yes.
And I figured, hey, we're 20 minutes out of town, maybe just get our feet wet. Like, I don't want to stop in town. We don't want to stop more than we need to because the drive was about 8.5 hours.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
we left at around 7 Pacific, which is 8 Mountain, because we were losing an hour. So
Mhm.
we ended up leaving, what, 7:30, something like that. And got to
Yeah, I think it
Auburn.
was about 7:30.
Yeah, so we got to Auburn, and we wanted to go to this place called the Bagel Junction because I just looked up breakfast in this place. Look at that. Look at us. Sun
Look at us.
shining.
Look at us. Early in the morning.
The headliner dirty as hell. And so we get to Bagel Junction, and it just happened to be closed for renovations. So I'm like, all right, I guess we'll go to McDonald's, which I don't know if it's just a McDonald's thing in general, but I'm like, why is a breakfast sandwich and a coffee like $12?
Dude, why is a hash brown like 350?
I know.
You have to use
Either
the
which
app,
way.
right? So they
Yeah.
you get into the app, you give them your information. They're probably, you know, using it for marketing purposes,
Yeah.
and in return, they give you a coupon to get like $1 hash brown.
Yeah. So I have the app, but it's not, the Canadian one is not valid in the US.
I didn't feel like downloading it and all that. So
No. No.
anyway,
And so like that kind of irked me a little bit, but we got got some breakfast. That was all hunky dory, good to go. And then proceeded to Reno, Nevada.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Stopped in Reno. Now, first time in Reno, but we had some, some precious cargo in the car. So we did a little switcheroo. I'll stay at the car, you go in, and vice versa. Quick little pit stop. We stopped at a McDonald's, just to use the restroom, but not for food. There was a very inebriated.
We were rebels though, because it did say customers only, and
Yeah.
I thought they were going to bust in.
There was the staff was occupied with the very inebriated fellow trying to get a refill on his frappe, that I think they complied with and was on their way. But it wasn't overly hot outside, so it wasn't hard to sit in the car or whatever. Got back in, and then we drove up to the booming metropolis of Winnemucca. And that was our first fuel stop. We were only halfway, like we only used half a tank, and that was what, 250 some odd miles, maybe 300.
I'm glad though, because that long boring stretch after Winnemucca, there was no fuel.
Because we went
I didn't want that range anxiety.
Yeah, top of California into Nevada for a good chunk of it, and then into what I could only compare to the armpit of Oregon, which is kind of the eastern side. The only benefit was that the speed limit was 80 miles per hour on a good stretch.
Yes.
I think it was. I don't know. It was before that, but a good stretch of Nevada at least was 80 miles an hour.
It's so nice. It's rare, but nice to see that 80 sign.
Yeah. So that was because that, I mean, we were going a touch over the limit, maybe. Not admitting to any crimes. But yeah, I mean that's equivalent to like 130 some odd or 135 kilometers an hour, which is much quicker than our limits, because our limits are right around, like our highest one's about works out like 68. So got a good chunk of driving out there. And then we basically just kept rolling and got to Oregon, busted through Oregon pretty quickly. Then we got to Idaho.
Now,
got some pretty
how would you say I rate as a passenger princess? Was I a good navigator?
Oh.
Like I didn't fall asleep.
Oh yeah. Nope. You stayed awake. We had lots of snacks. Definitely 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I was good at reaching for the snacks, playing DJ. There was some random music that we had to listen to because we hit a dead zone. So it was just those songs that were on my phone.
Like I had a few bars, and somehow
there was no Verizon in this stretch of man. It felt like 100 miles.
That was wild. So, but yeah, kept chugging along. Got to Idaho, started seeing some stuff that looked a little familiar, and then
potatoes.
Rolled into Boise. Yeah, some potatoes, guns. So rolled in, and we went. we went straight to the hotel.
Yes.
No stopping, no nothing, because we had a little dinner date that we kind of invited ourselves to.
I felt more accommodations.
Yeah. So get to the hotel, dump all of our stuff off, and got some treats together because I brought a bunch of treats down, and then zipped over to our favorite person, possibly Miss Sydney Brigwin, and got the famous pork chops for the second time.
Oh man, they were so good.
That's twice. I don't think there's many people that have had them twice outside of her family. That's a big deal.
We also got to eat with the family, right? It wasn't just a meal for us. We got to eat with Delaney, our favorite Delaney, Tristan. We got to eat with Big Mike.
While the Final Four is happening.
Shout out to Big Mike. Big Mike gave me one of his hats. He presented me with a Boise hat. And I'll forever be grateful.
So the reason why, I mean, without getting into too much detail, was obviously Sydney is no longer with PNS. She's with Car Candy now, among other brands, and I don't know how she does it, but she is. And Joey had a PNS hot PNS hat
ready,
which I don't actually have on the shelf behind me, but a PNS hat. And Mike's a man of a few words,
meaningful words, though.
Meaningful words, and it's Mike moves on from things that are no longer directly impacting him.
Yes.
And once those trickle back in, he has
Mm-hmm.
questions. He said, "What are you doing wearing that in my house?"
And you know what that is? That's a fucking problem.
That's a fucking problem. We're not monetized. It doesn't matter. So that was amazing. So he brings down this big hat, or not a normal size hat with a large B on the front of it.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was for
And-
Belinsky. I was like, wow,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah, yeah.
Made more sense that it was
And
Boise.
Yeah, because I knew it wasn't like, you know, the Boston Red Sox B.
I would not have
'cause,
worn
like,
that.
I was a little confused because no, I know. I was a little confused though because I'm used to like the Boise football stuff
Mhm.
where it's just like the Bronco on the front of
Mhm.
it. And I'm like, oh, that's a new B, right? So like that's a special, but like even still, like he bought that with his hard-earned money.
I know. He wore it.
It was a gift. It's a gift. Yeah, it's game worn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Listen, look at that.
Listen, bro. We
This
get
guy.
it. Okay, like you've been purchased by the Koreans.
God.
We get it, Brandon. I'm sorry. I'm reading the comments while you sip on your
Yeah,
espresso here. Maybe I shouldn't have. Oh God. Oh God.
Oh, there it is.
They're fighting in the chat.
So Saturday night we had good vibes. We got involved with the just good conversations.
Mhm.
And when we're in Boise, sleep is a very special thing. Because we get caught up in situations where it's not plentiful.
I feel like I'm still catching up on sleep.
Yeah. Luckily, we got out of there at what? midnight, something like that.
It might have been.
'Cause
It may have been closer to 1 because we got back to the hotel at like 1:30.
Right. Because I don't think we did much aside from dinner. I think we just sat, shot the breeze.
You guys were nerding out with 3D printers, and I was watching and following along.
Yeah. So that was I mean, we were talking about 3D printers at work too, and some of the guys were trying to like talk, and I'm like, I was in the midst of an expert,
Multiple
2
experts.
multiple experts. So I said, you can shut your mouth. I know more than you in this situation, which not really.
Like the famous Home Depot quote.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the Ron Swanson. So went back to the hotel Sunday morning. We were prepped and ready to cut 2 cars because Gabriel messaged us, said, "Hey, I need your help cutting 2 cars."
First of all, we got to sleep
And
we got to sleep in a little this day. By
Yes,
sleep in, I mean
Sunday.
we were both maybe awake by what, 8 o'clock?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
So it's
After a day of travel,
for some.
a late night in the garage, this was probably our only sleep in day.
Yeah. And we earlier in the week, Gabriel said, "Hey, I need your guys' help cutting 2 cars." You immediately replied,
Sign me up.
"Sign me up."
I'm a yes man, doer. If you don't know that, I'm a fucking yes man.
Yeah, I know. Sydney's kind of our chaperone for the week.
Oh yeah,
our mama bear, if
Yeah.
you will. So everything's got to go through her, in my opinion, with more or less.
she's very protective. She's very protective of us.
Yes, very much. So I'm messaging her while you say sign me up. I'm like, oh God, now I'm caught in the middle. Turns out they ended up cutting one of the cars, and we got the lesser of 2 evils that we had to still do on Sunday after we did a little bit of shooting.
Was it the lesser of 2 evils, though?
I would have rather. Yes, it was a smaller vehicle, but we also had Jay's price in our midst.
We did. What a G.
Usually got to pay extra for that. Yeah. I've never polished a car with a rollie on. Still haven't, but I was in the presence of someone who was.
Listen, being able to work on that car with Jace and like get immediate feedback and watch his technique, go and go and try it on another panel. just for Gabe to run around and hit it
Oh
with the
God, that was
hit it with the
hilarious.
pneumatic tool and be like, "Oh,
And
I need you to finish this one out," even though we already finished it out. Anyway, shout out to Gabe.
because
I love
it
Gabe.
was one of those ones where, I mean, don't get me wrong, TRC does do a lot of dirty vehicles. Okay. And the camera makes the cars look good. And I'm like, this needs to be camera
Mm-hmm.
good. Because it was car washed, hammered, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we did the door, and I'm like, this is probably 65-ish%. I'm not getting paid. This is good for the camera.
Mm-hmm.
They were only like really focusing on the hood for the polishing and like the other door. I'm like, they're not even looking.
Yeah,
at
because it was
honestly.
full of random deeper scratches all over, right? And I didn't know. I mean, just like you, like
Mhm.
the camera's not going to pick those up unless
Mhm.
Jimmy Cam gets in real close
Yeah.
and real tight. So
Yeah.
I would say it was like it was like a 3-footer.
Yeah, very much so. But it's also like I don't know, probably a 10-year-old freaking Escape.
Yeah, black. It
So-
like it had like a blue
Yeah.
haze over the entire thing. So right, like you could have
Yeah.
hand polished this thing and made it look better.
Yeah. Which the amount of people we had on that thing, because we had Nick, our ambassador of the year, there. Our first time meeting him, he started hammering down.
So
that was a lot of fun.
this the hot girl shit, right? Like I think you jumped
best.
over that. Is Sydney?
I did.
Sydney did tell Gabe, no, we can't do that because we have hot girl shit to do. So if you hear us reference that, if it comes up in like maybe a giveaway question or something someday, ooh,
Not today.
not today. That's where it came from.
Not today. Not today. So hot girl shit was the best.
Still doing hot girl
that
shit.
made my week. Still doing hot girl shit. And so knocked that out on the Sunday. It was because we ended up getting there because we were at Sydney's for like 10:30, 11. I think we left for TRC around like 3 o'clock, maybe a little bit sooner, 2.
I'm glad you have the memory of this because like so much happened last week. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what we did on Sunday.
Yeah, and then we because we had to do some like finalizing with Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
Very minor.
It was
things,
just running through the schedule and basically knowing when we were needed.
And sometimes when we run through the schedules like we did, it's almost really difficult because I thrive just being in the moment. Like, do a quick read first thing and then go. And like, when it's all laid out ahead of time, like that helps for certain situations. But for that, I'm like, we're the million.
I couldn't remember it anyway. Like I had to look it up each day anyway to figure out because there's just so much to remember, right? And then like you forget it all the moment you go live.
And we so we left there and then we went to the lift and we actually got 2 people backstage that actually joined us for dinner. And I think we can bring them in. Well, one is Prince of the Ray Company just left backstage, but we at least got Ryan.
Fine Detailing FT10.
Second best.
Look at that freaking R32. My lord.
How you doing, bud? Miss you too.
What's up, boys?
Wow, I got that's like an I love you and a fucking thank you as a reply.
Did you get that? Oh, I texted you. Yeah.
Oh. Akko Taco. I'll let Joey look for that.
The biggest YouTuber in the world is in the waiting room.
The most famous guy on YouTube.
Yeah, that's it.
The most famous.
That's it.
So yeah, we went to dinner that night, right? Ryan, you were there, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. He rolled in.
It's vaguely coming back to me now.
Got the Uber there. Dropped in.
Where'd we go? Oh, yeah.
We went to the lift. Yeah. So it was one of those places that it was hotter indoors than it was outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I would have rather have eaten outside, but it was just like oddly hot in there.
Pretty good burger.
Yeah, you had a burger? Okay. Joey tried to get the fish and chips.
We all ordered the fish and chips, so they ran out of fish and chips, so they came back to us and they were like, "Yo, we need one person to switch their order." And I was like, "Okay." I'll get it. Like, what do you recommend? And did I say what do you recommend? She was like, or I was like, I'll get the chicken strips or something because like you can't really go wrong with chicken
'Cause
strips.
you asked her if they were any good.
Yeah, but shout out to them
She
because
said
I jumped on that grenade. They gave me an
Yep.
extra chicken strip. I was only supposed to get 3. They gave me 4.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
know
they
that.
gave me a 4th one, baby. I've had
did
luck
not know
with
that.
chicken lately.
Wow.
Should I tell that story real quick?
Was it the Benadryl?
Okay.
No, last night my wife wanted macaroni and cheese and curly fries. Right? I was like, okay, like we don't have either of that at home. I can't drive to go get it. Whatever. Like, we'll order it. So I DoorDash. We're both looking on DoorDash. She settles on Popeyes because they have mac and cheese, and they're Cajun fries. They're not curly, but they're good. So anyway, we ordered like the total was like $42 with delivery and all that. The delivery shows up, and my name is on the bag. My receipt is on the bag. I open the bag, and there's a lot more food in this bag than there should be.
What you're expecting.
So I'm taking it all out and realizing that nothing that we actually ordered is in there, but it was like an entire family meal. Like we got 32 pieces of chicken, like 3 side
Whoa.
dishes, two chicken sandwiches. It was insane. I added it up. It was like $153 worth of
Someone
Popeyes
must
that
have
showed up.
pissed.
Yeah.
Some poor bugger's family's getting some macaroni.
But like,
in
and
a
I
little-
felt bad because you take it out of the bag. Like they're not gonna like, oh, I'll come and get it and swap it. Like you've already touched it. So like,
Yeah, it's game over.
anyway, so I've had luck with chicken. Back to the lift.
So yeah, we're at the lift. Because Ryan, you went straight from the airport there. I don't even think you went to the hotel or anything.
No, I went to the luxurious home to suites and dropped my bag.
I love that. I love
Okay,
that place.
It's a fun hotel.
I was expecting far worse, and it was lovely.
You didn't stay there
yeah,
last year,
because you
right?
weren't there last year.
No,
Yeah.
I just went. Yeah, I didn't, but it was great. No complaints.
This guy got like
Yeah.
the presidential suite at like the Hilton instead last year.
No, it was some
Radiance.
bougie like boutique hotel downtown because I didn't know where to stay. So,
Mm.
but it wasn't a suite; it was just a room. But it was
No, Home to
amazing.
Suites. Shout out to Home to Suites. Like it's literally like you're in like a little studio apartment for a week, basically.
Yeah.
You got like
They
everything.
got your
you need.
name on the TV when you walk in.
Yeah. Do you guys have an agenda, or can I ask you some questions about TRC?
Please.
We're an open book.
All right.
We're reminiscing.
Doer and Alex, what was your single favorite, or Doer and Joey, what was your single favorite moment from TRCMA this year?
You can only have one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You like a collection of
you
things
go.
too, though.
I have 2.
You can go.
Okay, I guess I go. I was gonna say I think just seeing Sydney's shop transformation with all of her 3D printing stuff and just like seeing her again, that's always a treat. But I think also just seeing Glenn because of all the hard work that she put in. Because behind the scenes, we had a multiple hours of meetings with her. And in September, she had this whole game plan planned out for all that filming was more or less her idea. Like we gave insights and stuff like that and said, oh, this would be fun. Maybe we should try this. But she really put, napkin to production and just did a banging job. And and I don't even know if people knew, but during the show, like it was just her and Seabass back there. Because for those that have been following TRC for a while, Nick is no longer there. And, he was kind of, a big part of running the show, if not running the show. And Glenn just had to take that over, which is huge. And that happened less than a month before the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, a lot of people would just pull the plug. And she's like, nope, I got this. I'm all in. So those were 2 of the things, in amongst seeing all of my friends, right? That was kind of the cherry on top.
So
Hell yeah.
obviously what Doer said, seeing everybody, but if I had to pick a moment from the actual show, it was painting the hood with with our boy Tony.
Tony Pando.
Man,
That was wild.
that was so. We didn't meet, like, we didn't know Tony beforehand, right? So
No.
This is
when
from
we
Dr. Color Chip.
Dr. Color Chip. So when we discussed doing this segment, we were like, okay, like that's great. And then we were told that we'd be doing it with Tony, and I was like, I've never met Tony.
I was nervous.
I did. Yeah, the rest of the week I was fine, but like I kept thinking about Thursday, and I was like, man, I'm pretty stressed out about this, because like, what if Tony is like, boom, just like straight on, right? Like has no sense of humor.
If
Yeah,
he's
save the
dry,
segment.
like you didn't know.
Exactly, right? Like I did not know how this was going to go. We met Tony like before the segment just to run it down, and man, could we could not have been more like at ease after meeting him. Like, what an awesome dude and good sport.
And you kept saying that whole segment was equivalent to cooking steaks with Matt.
That's how it felt to me.
I didn't even think could be topped.
Yep. It was. It
Didn't
had
even
nothing to really
think.
do. Like, it was like detailing adjacent, and was just completely unhinged. It was random, right? Why are we doing this? And it just
like, chat, if you haven't seen it, that's like, if you weren't able to catch
day 4
really much of
halftime
TRCMA,
show. Go.
Oh, that is probably one of the ones to for sure watch.
Yep.
Like, but again, because like Joey and I are very similar in the aspect of, we like to know kind of who we're getting on with. Like, even with Adam last year, I mean, like Adam, it was fine at the end of the day, but still it was like, okay, we're just like a little bit nervous because, like, JB's the sole contributor to Home Surface Cleaner.
2 gallons,
just like a little, a little bit nervous. But again, like, that was because I had met him before. I was kind of like telling you a little bit about him, but like Tony was a complete shot in the dark.
Yep.
And why did we ever doubt that it wasn't going to be perfection? Because they only bring in good people.
Amazing. Like,
Right?
I couldn't believe it was his first year there.
For some reason, I'm like, why did I ever think Anthony was going to flop with this? Because that is not what happened.
No. What about you, Ryan? What was your like 1 or 2 favorite moments of being there? Because I know your time's precious tonight, so I don't want to keep you too late. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course.
No, it was more just collectively. It wasn't a single. I mean, it was really fun being in more segments this year. So that was just like collectively. I was in the armor segment, and then some of the Grandmasters tested the foam cannon. And then we were in our Grandmaster segment on, I think it was like day 3. So that was really fun, like being on camera, doing the armor segment with Brad and Sid. That was like actually like really fun. Just hanging with my friends, and you guys know, but for those that don't watch this, like nothing is scripted. Like we're we're shooting the breeze live. I'm coming up with questions live to ask Brad to fill in, any dead air, and I'm just trying to think of like, hey, what do you think would be valuable for people to know? So it's all like literally nothing is scripted at all. Maybe we say, hey, we're gonna do trim coat, we're gonna do glass, we plan what we're gonna do, but
all the filler is on the spot.
Right. And so that was really fun, and it was really a smooth segment. So that I had a lot of fun hanging with the homies. And then on that same note is like just bonding and just networking with my peers, with other people in the industry, my brand distributors, Joey and Alex, my friends, hanging out with Brad, just like, just shooting the breeze behind the scenes. Just because you're not on camera, there's a whole green room on the other side of the rag company where like most of the employees work. And then there's like a big table, and we literally just sit around, and there was so much like great conversation that was had around that table every single day with different people from different brands. And like one of the days, RJ from WD Details was there, and I just shot my shot. I'm like, hey dude, can you look at my YouTube channel and give me some tips? And he sat with me for 20 minutes and like looked at my thing, and like I made that contact. So just like I say all to say one of my favorite things is like just the people part of it, and the networking and getting to shoot the breeze with people that normally you wouldn't get to. That's how like relationships are formed and built. And I really enjoy that every year. So
I told Alex this, and like, I don't know if you had the same experience, but like I still think of this as like right, like imposter syndrome. Like what am I doing? Right, like I'm co-hosting a halftime show with my buddy, and whatever. Anyway, but last year there was a lot more of like needing to introduce yourself
Yeah.
to everyone, right?
Yep.
But like this year, even people who I didn't meet last year, like knew who we were, and that was it was weird to me, but like also kind of cool.
Yeah,
I don't know if you had that.
Because your feet were already.
Yeah,
you guys also had, and I to some degree I got that as well. Like Glenn and everyone, like you've earned that trust that you're safe on camera. You're not a liability. You're not.
They're not interviewing you and interrogating you before throwing you out to the wolves.
Yeah, and like it felt good to feel trusted. Like, Orion's in the armor segment, cool. Let's mic him up. Like, I got no prep work, no coaching, and you're good on camera. And Dewar with his, quick little quips, like people love it. And so they're like the one that got me was, if you guys haven't seen, we got to some of the Grandmasters got to select or test the foam cannon with Anthony and give him real time feedback, and we fell over. I remember it still, but Dewar like comes on camera instantly after me, and he's testing it, and he's talking about the nozzle tip where it stores it in the side. He's like, when you get to a certain age and you put the nozzle in your pocket, you want to know where the drip comes from. You know what I mean? We got to know. And it was just, we were like losing our minds.
The whole studio started laughing. Like I haven't watched it yet. I don't know if you can, like, if you hear it, but the entire
you hear it.
Okay.
The camera's deadpan on it.
Yeah, because you hear like Anthony laugh, and then because it was just, and I don't, again,
it was so quick.
For those
that
like watched last year and this year with the segues and whatnot, like I don't know how it happens. It just kind of flows, which is nice, because it's like it's hard to force it. Like there's no sense in forcing it because that just doesn't work.
This dude will wake up in the middle of the night and be like, I got a segue. I got to write it down. Like they come to, it's a gift, dude. Like it's, how like you've got psychics or whatever. They're like, like it comes to me like this is his gift.
Yeah. It's and there I tell Joey like ahead of time. I had like 5 or 6 that I wrote down because it's kind of that thing where it's like, oh, remember these, and it's like, no, I'm not. I should probably write this down. But and like just kind of getting everyone laughing, because that was what, the second day, I think, maybe.
No, that was Monday.
But that was Monday. Okay, so like with Monday, because it's everything's so fresh, everyone's still new. There's a lot of nerves. You just kind of got to lighten the mood a little bit. And
that's like my least favorite part is, and I everyone like at the rag, I told everyone, but like Monday's the hardest day. I don't like day one because nothing's happened yet, right? So like trying to not dwell on last year too much and hype up what's coming on day one, it's just really tough because like we don't know if the show's going to go off. I mean, shout out to Glenn, we never had any doubts, but like if the power goes out or something, just like it did one year, like you don't know what's going to happen. But after that, you've just got content to work with.
Yeah.
And I remember I asked Glenn like the first day, because I think I asked him like, how are you, right? How did it go? Because from our point of view, everything technical went pretty flawless. Like there was like a little bit of static in one of like the first segments, but I think that was actually Brad, but I think he was just like tucking his chin into his neck and like it was just causing some noise. Like you can't fight that. And Glenn's like, yeah, we actually had like, a fair bit of issues, but we made it work. And I'm like, could have fooled me.
Oh, so smooth. And Glenn was just like so casual. And she's, for those again that don't know, like you get a mic usually with an earpiece of like behind the scenes, and it's Glenn or whoever, And so like just messing around, I'm mic'd up, and then she had to do a mic check for everyone. And then she's like, I was just standing there, and she's like, Ryan, this is
you got to kind of give like a life story.
We're doing a mic check, and you just got to keep talking. I was like, I thought this is she's like, this is your conscience.
Yeah, she'll tell you little jokes in there, and like you got to try not to laugh on camera, like when you hear what she says.
Yeah. But she seemed real like just smooth when she's running a freaking. You guys would see this behind the scenes. I'm sure they've shown it a little bit, or we have somewhere in videos, but like it's literally like NBC Studios, like the production, the media production. There is
Wild.
so impressive, and like the control room for the lighting and all the cameras and the 15 tripods, like it's a kudos to them to put together that type of production, because it takes so much like time and effort. I'm out here struggling with my one camera and mic trying to get different shots, and I'm like, this is annoying, and they have a literal.
And shout out
She's
to
running
the team, the TRCMA crew, the camera crew,
Yeah.
because they come in for a week, right? I think a lot of them are like freelancers, and man, they just like, and most of them were there from last year, so it was cool to like be comfortable with who's filming you, and man, they got some good shots this year. There were some cinematic shots. There were like the perfect. If you guys haven't seen that part with me and Tony, there's a section where Dewar tells me to shut up, and I do a little like I'm taken aback by that, and it's become like it's become one of our like emoji stickers. Anyway, shout out to them. They're on their feet the entire day.
Yeah,
they're using those.
Luckily they had like those stress relief mats, so, like the little foamy things they have like Costco or Walmart, whatever.
Stretching before, like Jimmy. He was like stretching his hammies, but he has like the rig that he has to carry around, the camera mount.
Yeah,
the thing that was hilarious, that I don't know if he just came up with it, but like the Jimmy cam where he would like
follow.
the
Jimmy cam is one of my favorite additions to this year.
I think the first one was with Tom with the screwdriver, because he was trying to get the plug out, and then it was the jacket with G-Technic, and then we had the limp pickle, and then we had
which the Jimmy Cam also picked up a pickle in the junkyard. Didn't put two and two together that those tied into one another, and then he also did a Jimmy Cam in the junkyard segment when he felt how smooth the paint was.
Yeah, that was good. It was good to see
the
Details boys too. That was, I think.
I'm just
right here. We got Sal. Had a good time. Like Sal and I were just shooting the shit. Like a good time. They
did drop a wicked video today.
I gotta
go check it out.
Kind of just showing what we've been saying all this time.
Yeah.
Right.
Because people see us as TRC fanboys. I will take the title, but they are very neutral, and they give you, if you can't take our opinion or whatever of it, you can go watch them, and they give their entire take on it, and you can see that we're not bullshitting.
And they didn't say Clint one time.
No, they didn't.
Right. They were nervous. Like they were good. We don't know if they're like, we don't know if we belong here. Like, are we good? I'm like, bro, you're good.
They were invited, weren't they?
You'll know, like,
they didn't just show up.
They were invited, but like in their video, they talk about the culture at TRC, and like when you've heard about like an infamous culture somewhere, you do get those nerves if you've never been there before. Like, am I going to fit in? Am I going to be part of the culture? And they're just so warm. They're so hospitable. There's no lies there. Everything that you've heard about it is 100% true.
Yeah, they fit in great. Hopefully, if they come back next year, they can get
on
airtime. That'd be fun.
And
I'd love to have them in a segment.
We
put them in the coach segment.
Speaking of segments,
I'd love to do a halftime show with Joel and Sal.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that we may never get invited back after that, but that would be a hell of a time.
They'll show you how to detail a car with just using Multi-Star.
That's right, baby.
And alkali wheel cleaner.
That's all you need.
We had someone who was struggling to detail a car in one of our segments. Prince of the Rag Company's in the back room. What do you say to bring him on?
Oh, Dane is here. Come on in, Dane. The man in the box.
What's up, guys?
Oh, he's on.
He's out of the box.
He's on the new solid deck.
I heard
this is the back deck.
Lord.
This is not the party deck. This is just a spot where I could magnetize my phone up on a post, and I could just.
Looks like you've got some good weather there. Oh, maybe not good internet though.
Shit. What did I?
Did you? What'd you do to him? There we go. Oh,
I hit. Oh, frick! Oh my God!
I didn't do anything.
Heads off.
Apparently,
when I hit the space bar in the chat, it makes Dane go.
Wow.
Away.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm just.
It must have been on your box.
Nah, it's all right. I am the man in the box, but I invite others to join me if they want to come hang out. It's cool.
Look, Joel says what we all have said. Dane, I like that deck. That was you tested it.
Ooh.
I don't think you expected like 40, 45 people to show up
Nope.
at that get together. And boy, did we stress test that
And
deck out.
Dude, that was so
you know,
much fun.
The biggest takeaway from that was shout out to your lady, Dane,
Aw.
because 40 people showing up.
Yeah.
I think that would overwhelm
yeah.
anybody.
She
Oh,
had
yeah.
had a long day at
Because,
work,
like-
and she was just like, okay, when are people showing up? I was like, I don't know. It could be like 5 or 6. But I don't know who's going to show up. Like, I've been building this fire table, right? I didn't even go to the dinner. So, like, anybody who shows up, it's news to me. So she was just like, okay. And she was just like, help me kind of prep some things. And then all of a sudden, it's just like a wave, car after car after car. It was like a caravan just showed up of like, not a Dodge Caravan, but an actual caravan of cars just rolling up the driveway. And I was like, holy crap, this is the biggest test this thing is ever
I just
faced.
remember I hadn't introduced myself to her yet. And
right.
like I met her in the garage, and I see her looking around. I think she was carrying something in, and she just goes,
Oh.
I don't think he's expecting this at all.
I knew she was perfect for Dane when she hucked a case of beer on the roof of her car. I'm like, that's
There you go. Yeah, no, we're not too precious. Somebody's going to detail it, but it's probably not going to be me.
Oh man.
we got a guy for that.
Dane-
I know people.
Dane, do you have any favorite segments from last week? Because you get a different
man.
perspective. You're
do.
You're the man in the box. You're
I'm like
seeing
the
all
policeman,
comments.
though. I'm back there. I'm like generating comments. Like I had a laptop. Well, normally I'd have a laptop. I was using my phone to write comments instead, while monitoring on the iPad, watching all the feed coming through and pushing out comments. I was trying to generate new ones. Like I have to type them on my phone with like URLs and stuff. So sometimes if it's a complicated URL, I can't just copy paste it or airdrop it to myself because of all the complicated like Wi-Fi connections in the building. I can't have everything running on the same Wi-Fi. So I end up having to type it out digit by digit. And that gets ugly, man. That's bad.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Lord.
no, that gets a little wild. So when I realized just before the show that instead of like doing the whole URL for TRCMA on the Radco website, I could just type in trcma.com and do that. That solved my problem. I just started telling people, just do that.
Yep.
Like that'll save everybody some headache.
There, I have a photo of where you sit all day. That's what I'm looking for over here.
Oh, right.
Looks like
Well, I
just
mean,
some-
it's the old podcast booth. People recognize it if they listen to the show for a long time. Any of that stuff. It's a lot more comfortable when it's just like one or two people in it. You get a group in there, it starts to get a little cozy.
There it is.
Yeah. It's just me. in the
That's where
box.
Dane lives for the
Let me tell you
entire
what,
week.
though.
That's his box.
That was a unique experience this year being in there because every year we kind of change the way it looks for me sitting back there as like the host booth, the box. We try and come up with different things and like, okay, let's try a new thing, see if it sticks. This time we're using like opposite facing TVs while trying not to get a reflection. But what I didn't account for was they were going to crank the AC for Glenn's room because the servers in that
gets
car,
hot in there.
it gets so scorching hot. But you know what's not in my room, which shares a wall and nothing else closed door? Like we're both in there. I get frozen out while she's just at like a normal room temp because there's nothing in my room that's heating up enough to like offset the fridge. But we all get the same AC. So I'm just in there. And at some points you saw during the show, I would just suddenly appear while wearing a jacket because
You're freezing.
I'm a large man. I have no trouble staying warm normally. But that was an exception. Yeah, that was
pretty
the
cold in there.
AC was going below 60.
It looks like Steve has a question for you, Dane. What is TRC like the days after an event like TRC?
So most of the time, like this week,
Killing each
coming in
other.
on Monday, everybody's kind of breathing a sigh of relief, but they're also it looks like a hangover, really.
Yeah,
Like everybody
yeah.
rolling in, they're just
Nice.
like a little slower. They kind of take a second to be like, wait, what was that? Like somebody says something to it's because the adrenaline high has now passed and you're just kind of riding on the fumes that are left. And maybe you had a good weekend. Maybe you slept through the whole thing. Like I know Glenn for sure. Like after that last day, she was just done.
Yeah,
She
I think she
was
just
such
texted
an
us the other
expert,
day, like
truly.
yesterday, and was like, "Sorry for the radio silence. Like, no need to apologize."
No.
Yeah,
She
I'm like,
she did
Glenn,
what
you're
she had to
good.
do.
You're
She
good.
killed it on the show. I kept telling her throughout the week she was doing a great job, and I wasn't just blowing smoke. I really meant it because I, more than anybody else I could see what she was doing and not doing, and what I was seeing was extremely smooth, solid production. She was cracking jokes with people over the radios and stuff, like in a
Yeah,
way that didn't distract from the overall stuff, but I could
kept
hear things
everything
going
light.
on that the people who were watching the show
Yeah.
maybe wouldn't pick up on, but like she would deliberately like cut to certain shots just for a little bit of an inside joke or not cut,
Yep.
things like that. It's fun to kind of see that from my perspective. I just feel bad I can't share that with the rest of the world. Also,
hmm
it lacks context. Like it works when you're there day of, but
Yeah.
try explaining it now.
It
It's
just
like
doesn't
it's
make
just not
sense
the same.
otherwise.
Yeah, it's hot girl shit. So yeah, it's its own thing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yes. Oh man, I gotta go change. So let's keep this conversation going. But I need to go. I need to go change something here.
Yeah.
And I don't want to dominate the time
What are you
from Ryan
changing?
because I heard he's here for a not super long time. So I
He's
don't
got
wanna take
hot
away
girl
from
shit to
him.
do.
He's here for a good time, not a long
Exactly.
time.
All right.
Yeah. I do have to run, so I'll call it. Is my night. It's
Okay.
date
Thank
night.
you for stopping in, man. We just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure that we
Yes,
got
thank you, Ryan.
we got perspectives from everyone that
Heck yeah.
was there that week with us and could share what they what they liked best.
It's one of my favorite times of the year. So hopefully it keeps it going. So
You're always welcome back, Ryan. We
Heck
had a
yeah.
great time.
thanks, brother. Yeah, it was good to see you. Good to see everyone. And yeah, I'll catch the rest of this on my drive home.
Right on, dude. Have a good night.
Yeah, have fun
All
tonight.
right. See you guys.
See ya.
All right. Well, man,
Heck
just
yeah.
catching up with you guys. Sorry, I had to drive home. I got on the back end. I was like, I could probably do this through the sync system and the flex. And I was like, but when I get out of the car, it's going to cause issues. So
I don't think I
just-
got to ride
You're
in
only
the
5 minutes
I don't think I
away.
got to ride in the
Well,
flex this time.
there's traffic out in front of the building. I caught a little break, so I got through, but barely. Anyway, nobody
You
wants
were
to hear about
you're
that.
too busy being chauffeured around.
Well,
Joey.
you know what
That's
I'm really
right.
you know what I'm really surprised about? Like how what time is it? We're 40 something minutes, 30 something minutes into this.
Yeah.
And 52 minutes into this, not a single person has asked or questioned the thumbnail.
Hmm. Nobody asked about the Benadryl, huh?
No.
We're still on Monday, I
Yeah,
guess.
I mean,
so
if you're
it's-
going chronologically,
Was
I
it
only
Monday?
heard some leading up.
Yeah, it was Monday.
So-
I did want to
just-
shout out Joel and Sal though. I loved
Oh.
seeing those
Oh,
guys.
just-
I can't say enough good things. I watched their video about
Oh, yeah.
TRCMA today,
oh, it's
and
so good.
yeah,
So
I
good.
commented on it. Looks like the guys did see it eventually, but yeah, no, that was great. I just wanted to make sure. I thought I saw them in the comments. I want to say, hey,
I'm like excited to see everyone put out their videos about the week because I want to relive it through other perspectives because we have a
that's a fun part. Yeah,
we're getting pulled in so many different directions. Not as many as last year because this year was like very well
Yeah.
organized,
smooth as
so
butter.
smooth. But you don't get to catch everything. Like if I didn't have Dewar with his exceptional note taking skills on his clipboard, there would be
Hell
there'd
yeah.
be full segments that like I did not get to see and have no context to speak about during halftime. So
Yep.
shout out to Dewar and his exceptional note taking skills.
Excellent job, sir.
Thank you.
Man.
Yeah. So the unique thing with this whole week, for those that don't know, is when the days go on, there's usually a dinner for everybody involved of that day,
Mhm.
and then those that are there for the whole
Mhm.
week. And we went to a place, and I don't remember what it was called.
You talking about
it was
the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the Reef.
It was like a block away
Reef,
from the
that's
hotel.
The
right.
Reef. I love
like-
the Reef. Reef is really cool.
It's like a block or two away
Yeah,
from the
I'm like,
hotel.
We've never
That's-
done that though. We've never held an event there.
Yeah.
That was a unique experience.
I'm like, I knew it was a 4-letter word, and it was like,
Kiki themed.
we had lift the first time and then a reef. Yeah. So we go there, and I came to realize that they're not normally open on Mondays, but you guys swung that BDE and got them to open.
Turns out they
And,
had a really good time and
uh,
said everybody was super cool and they'd be down to do it again.
Nice.
Awesome.
So
And it because like so it was buffet style, so it was very dark. Like I felt like I was in a Hollister in 2004.
Yeah,
And-
like pub dark, right?
Yeah, actually,
like saloon dark.
Yeah.
but like straw huts,
Yeah.
surfboards, but like in a fun way. It's like it took tacky and then went another level beyond it to like, oh, this is cool again. Like
There's a
it
stage,
wasn't
so like there's there's
cheese.
performances there, so there
Yeah.
think of that like setting, right?
Yeah.
The whole time Anthony's like, can I convince Kevin to have the Christmas party here? I'm like, you're asking the wrong person, man. Like,
Dude,
I will
would
say
come
yes,
to the Christmas
but-
party there. Like that
I
was a
will.
good time.
I'm voting that right now.
so yeah, he wanted to do that, but we so Joey and I, because he's under my supervision as per his wife and Sydney and etc. But also everyone else is kind of looking after Joey all at the same time. So I leave for 2 minutes to go up to the rooftop tiki patio to chat with Joel and Sal, and Chris from G Technic was up there, and Ryan, and we're just shooting the breeze. And then I get a text from Bradley not like 10 minutes later.
Aw.
Hey, JB's at the room, not feeling well, because Joey has a slight major allergy to sesame.
There's one thing I'm allergic to, and it's sesame seeds. So
They sneak those things into
Which isn't-
everything.
yeah, so like bread.
It's in more stuff than you
breads
think.
I've got to be careful about,
Yeah.
like snack mixes, that kind of stuff. So we're doing our buffet style. I'm getting a little bit of everything, right? Granted, the lighting does play a part in this story, which is why
Ooh.
that's why we were setting the scene here. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I get all my stuff and sit back down at the table. I've got Anthony, I've got Alex, I've got Dane, I've got Jimmy. We're all sitting there. And everyone's raving about the meatballs. I haven't eaten the meatballs yet. I've eaten everything else on my plate.
So good.
So everyone's like, dude, did you try the
delicious.
meatballs yet? So I was like glad that I at least got some, because I was like, if they're that good, they're probably gone.
Like peer pressure at
Yeah.
this
So I
point.
eat my 2 meatballs.
Oh no.
Right. I'm like, oh, these are delicious, like really good. So I go back to get seconds. So I go back. I'm actually helping your mom, Dane, because she can't see what's in the trays because of how high they
Right.
are. So I'm explaining to her like, oh, this is this is this. So then I go and I get a few more meatballs. We part ways. We go sit back down. I am listening to Anthony tell a story. Brad's there, and I happen to look over at my plate and I see these meatballs covered in sesame seeds.
Oh no.
My heart
None
kind
of
of
us
just like
clocked them.
Yeah.
like it's not a common allergy, or it's not something that you think about if you're not allergic to them. So
Right.
my first round, I thought these were barbecue meatballs, right? Like,
Because honestly, like I'm aware of the allergy, but I'm like, hey, I noticed this.
Ryan's over
Yeah,
here saying
it's
they were
fine.
right on top. So I didn't see them.
Yeah,
like
well.
I didn't see them on the 2 that I ate. So I just
I wouldn't even
wa-
give it a second thought seeing like anything on a meatball. I'd just be like, oh, that's just a reflection of like the glaze
or
on the meatball.
garlic
So,
or
like,
something. Any, I just did not.
Yeah.
They didn't
Some
taste. They didn't taste
seasoning.
like Asian-y to me, right? It didn't have like a.
it
It didn't have like an Asian flair to it. So anyway,
I could see you'll do that. That is that your DoorDash review? This wasn't Asian.
yeah,
enough.
yeah. That's that. I apologize if that was offensive. That's not my intention. But the I look over, my heart sinks. I'm like, oh no. So I'm trying to play it cool. I'm listening to Anthony tell the story, but I'm also like trying to partake in the
Not die.
conversation, but also try to figure out if my tongue is swelling up. Like, am I breathing still?
Oh.
Is my throat itchy? Like, am I just tripping? Like, because there's levels to the allergy. If I eat a shit ton of it, I will immediately start like, I'll get really sick. I knew that there weren't that many on this 2 meatball situation that I was dealing with. So I wasn't in like full panic mode.
Yeah.
It gets to a point where Anthony asked me a question mid-story, and he kind of can.
I gotta show you guys.
He can kind of tell that I. What do we got there?
A friend of mine just put our DGP sticker on her little
I love
craft
it.
fair thing.
Yeah.
So Anthony looks at me for a little feedback in whatever
So
we're
anyway,
talking
Joey's
about.
dying.
Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, you're you like you don't look like you're all there. I was like, hey, real talk for a second. I was like, without causing any panic, where can I get some?
Yeah, don't want to make a
Where can I
scene.
get some Benadryl? I knew that Benadryl
Yeah.
would take care of this level that I had, and that I wouldn't need to like stab myself in the leg with an EpiPen. So I realized I should not have asked Anthony this question because he immediately, the first person he went to was Glenn. Did not want to scare Glenn. She's got enough to worry about this week. Not like one of her on-screen talents, potentially dying, right? Anyway,
Not the best way to go.
yeah, Brad goes, I
Yeah.
realized I asked two of the right people. They're both dads, right? Like they can take things seriously. So Brad goes, the hotel probably has some. And I go, that's a good idea. I'm going to go to the hotel. So I start walking away and he's like, do you want me to go with you? I'm like, that's probably a good idea. You should probably, I don't want to end up like laying in the street or something. So we get to the hotel.
Yeah, there was enough stuff going on in Boise that weekend. You don't even
There's
know
some
what I lay on the street.
7-foot guy strung out on the street. Like, oh.
And to me, this is embarrassing, right? Like at a certain point, because like this never happens. And like for it, oh yeah. Our group,
Can't even,
our group
I
chat.
apologies.
Oh no.
Jesus.
So
I haven't even seen him.
oh man, so we get to the hotel. They have Benadryl at the little market. So I shout out to Home to Suites so I'm like, just charge it to the room. It's fine, whatever. And then Brad's like, do you want me to come up to the room? I was like, I'll be fine. Like, whatever. So I'm like I feel like a fucking like crackhead. I'm cracking open the Benadryl like in the elevator, like taking it with water.
Yeah.
And so I take 2. Not like I can tell it's helping, but like not quick enough, not enough. So I'm on the phone, I'm on FaceTime with my wife, and I'm like, should I take a 3rd? She's like, you're a big guy, you could take like 1 Benadryl would probably make me drowsy. 2 is gonna put me to sleep.
Yeah.
3, I have no fucking clue what's gonna happen with 3.
It will send you to Artemis 2, which will be landing here.
My
any minute.
God, I took 3 Benadryl. It helped the issue, but yeah, it was a wild night. Dewar came back to the hotel room because like he was told, he got that text like,
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I like as soon as Brad said that, like I'm on my way because I'm like, is he alone? And then you replied, I'm like, okay, we're getting like at least some communication. You said, yeah, I'm okay, and I'm like, I had to Irish goodbye because I'm like, I have to say goodbye to literally everybody. So I had to make like a game time decision. I'm like mentally, I'm like, this will be half an hour saying bye to everybody. He might be dying. I should just go real quick. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Right. And
We'll see
so
you
I get
tomorrow.
back to the room. Yeah, I get back to the room, knock on the door, and like I think Joey's wife had a bit of sense of relief that like I was physically there now. And so he had some because we had a whole box of snacks. So he's eating some munchies. He's good to go. So I was there for another half an hour, 45 minutes. And then our little inside joke, one of the probably the best night shift front desk person was at the hotel. I think her name is Kimberly, actually. And she was it's DJ's favorite. And she was at the front desk because I got a text that there were some lobby chats going on.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
like, all right, Joey's not dying. I'll go partake in the lobby chats. But Joey didn't know that Kimberly's at the front desk because if he did, he would have probably come down too.
Well, I would have been fighting
And-
the Benadryl, but I would have stumbled out of bed for that.
Yeah. So we go down there, and there's Christian G Technic was there. I don't think Sal and Joel were there. Tony was there. Sydney was there.
And
There's a
I was
bunch of
pretty
people.
bummed after I found out that
And-
Sydney was there because Sydney didn't come to any lobby chats, lobby hangouts last year. So I was like, man, I missed that
Yeah.
too. But anyway, Dewar had a good time.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a chat. It was just a lot of fun because we were gonna go to like Chip Cookie, but like it was just all talk. Nobody was really in the mood.
Y'all still talking
to,
about
like,
cookies?
Actually,
Exactly. Sydney did say, I will say this
Um,
is the first year with no after hours Chip Cookie. I thought about that
Yeah,
after we got home.
which I think I think it was okay. It was okay. I think if Joey and I didn't have the snacks that we did in the room, I probably would have wanted to go
Yeah.
a little bit more.
Yeah.
But Joey probably had 50 meat sticks that
Listen.
night.
Boy.
I'm not eating any meat sticks for a while.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
but yeah, so then I leave the lobby chats, and it was like, I don't know, just before midnight. And I walked in because we had our segment on the TV, right? And something was up with our TV. The audio was like up and down. Like
Yeah.
it would just like it would go to like max and then it would like go down, like the weirdest
yeah.
thing. Because I was worried it was the stream, but it wasn't. Like
Okay.
that would have been picked up by someone, right?
Yeah.
And so like I opened the door to the room and the volume is at max. And I look over and Joey's like literally laying there with his arms.
I don't know why,
on
man. I
this.
fell asleep like this.
He's got it looks like a crackhead in the bed because he's got the open pack of Benadryl, a meat stick, and an EpiPen on the bed.
I had the
Right
essentials
beside him.
like within arm's reach.
Wow, that's
Yeah. So I'm like, oh Lord. So I literally like walked over, made sure he was breathing. I'm like, okay,
I was
we're
gonna
good.
say that's some
Like,
last meal
yeah.
stuff going on there. Careful.
Oh man.
Yeah. And I'm like, how is he sleeping with the volume that
Dude.
loud? I'm like, oh yeah, the 3 Benadryl.
Dude, I was out.
Yeah.
But I like the only thing I could think of is like I don't want to let anyone down. I need to show up on camera. I know there's like redundancy. You've got plan B, C, D like lined up, but like I was like, no, man, like already gave everyone a scare before. Like I now like a second one, I was like, I just don't want to let anyone down.
Yeah.
So that's all that was on my mind. Shout
Just
out
glad
to
you're
our
okay.
buddy. Yeah, me too. Thank you. Copperhead Detailing. Speaking of snacks, how are the beaver nuggets? So this man made a trip to Bucky's, to Boosie's, whatever you guys want to call it,
I prefer Boosies.
and brought us a plethora of beaver nuggets in different flavors.
Oh
And
man.
they are, let me say this, they are good, but I feel like I'm supposed to eat them in a bowl of milk.
Ooh. Oh, you eating them like cereal?
Yeah, because like they're like reminiscent of
That's
like
kind of the vibe I
they're
got
reminiscent
too.
of like corn pops.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So like
interesting.
yeah, I've
I
been
didn't
known
know
to get
what they
down on
were.
some
So.
dry corn pops before, but I prefer them with milk. I'm just saying, but
Okay.
those were good. I enjoyed them.
Because
it was just like
we had the big bag and then we had the big bag that he brought, and then we had the mini bags. Because when I first saw the mini bags, I thought they were like just chips,
Mhm.
like Bucky's branded
Boosies.
chips. And I open it, and I'm like, oh, it's Boosies, and I'm like, oh, it's the same, even though the image was right on the bag.
Made with real beaver.
But I haven't eaten so much Chex Mix.
They are
Oh, God.
beavers. They are the nuggets of a beaver. Just every time they neuter
I've
a
never-
beaver, they get sent to Boosie's.
That's what
They
you
get
get.
sent to
That's what you
Boosies.
get. Hey,
I mean, they use every part of the beaver. That's the.
Look. What time is it? It's 5:09. We've been doing this for an hour. We're only on day 1, and it's already getting
Jesus.
unhinged.
Yep.
yeah. So then we roll into Tuesday. So kind of our thing was Mountain Timber Coffee in the
Mhm.
right at the base of Bogus is a great little coffee shop attached to a church for some reason.
Doer's only saying this because they
in
repost
like-
him when he tags them on Instagram.
Yes, I got a repost.
No,
I got a
they're good.
repost from Salt Lake City Airport and from Mountain Timber, so that's a win.
That's a win.
So we go there for the coffee because that is Sydney's spot, and it's so funny because we walked in the one day. I don't remember what day it was, but the new girl was at the counter. And Sydney doesn't even have to say a word when she walks in. The beverage.
No, they
Sydney enters the doors. They're
Yep.
on it, right?
They know.
And the new girl, what can I get for you? And she's like, and then like the other girl like gets a glimpse. Gotcha. Here's blah blah blah. Here's what we do.
hopefully
but
they didn't like
we
take
had
her
a
into
bit
the
more-
back and like
Yeah, you're
punish
done.
her
You
for
should know
that.
better. I think Sydney should be in the training manual.
Her photo should be there.
This is-
like
This is a VIP.
This is a regular. This is what a regular looks like.
or should it be Mike? Because I think Mike
that's
goes
right. He
pretty
gets
frequently
some
to get her
pour,
coffee,
right?
too.
it could be like a wall of fame, backstage for them.
Yeah.
Kind of like Dane at Express Cafe.
We got
That'd
our
be fun.
places.
So yeah, we got there, and then we had a couple more people show up because Keith Duplessis did show up. He drove from Oregon, the nicer parts
Not
of
the armpit.
Oregon, not the armpit that we drove through. And
We love Oregon.
president of Bar Jack Tools, this new gig, and he was rolling deep. He came for coffee. Tony came for coffee because Brad and Tony got in late, I think Monday. And because I was going to offer to pick Brad up, but Brad was getting the rental, a bougie rental with that. Porsche Macan. Dan, I think you knew the color.
It was like a Miami blue.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. So
A very vibrant blue.
Really nice blue. But we were kind of communicating because Tony was getting in like a touch after Brad, but Brad had to get the car, so I think they worked it out so that they ended up by carpooling to the hotel because that led into the chats on the in the lobby right when they rolled in. And so we got that worked out, and then Tuesday they all came for coffee because more the merrier. There's lots of room there, but that place must have been overwhelmed when you have 8 to 12 people roll into your coffee shop.
And it's small.
And, like,
it's not like a huge production Starbucks. It's a small spot.
Yeah, because they have the little drive-through going on, which is a fair bit of traffic actually, and we had like anywhere from 8 to a dozen people on any given day. So that was a ton of fun. And then rolled into TRC.
Hold
right
on,
time.
hold on, Dane. What are your mornings like before you roll in to TRC, especially during the week of TRCMA? What is because we didn't get to see. We don't. It's not like you, Anthony.
We don't see you roll up. You're just there.
you just appear. So what is your morning like?
Yeah, so honestly, I'm not a very good example of someone you should look up to. As a person who is very prepared and gets ready and shows up on time to things, I've never been a morning person, and that extends even when there's like an important job to do. What I will say though is I do actually, yes, take it seriously. I show up way earlier than I normally would. I make sure that I have ample time to be able to go through any kind of testing procedures we got to do. I may sometimes miss like the morning like pep rally where they get like some of the vendors who haven't been there before, like there for the first time that day. Like I've seen that speech a lot of times. Granted, they would probably tell me, well, sometimes it's different. You should probably know. And hey, I'll cop to that. I may sometimes miss some info, but I admit I'm a little privileged sitting back in the box there. I know the rundown and I can have a chat with Glenn about like anything necessary behind the scenes. And she usually gives me a side talk anyway, just related to what we're doing because they rely on me to kind of direct traffic around there once it's going. Main thing is I just, I flip on the professionalism switch as soon as I'm on there. I'm doing my thing. But I show up late to work a lot. They know that. Now, granted, I'm the last person out of the building.
But you're there until the sun goes down.
Well, yeah, that used to be more true. I would spend way too much time there. I'd stay there until like, midnight or later some nights. It was crazy editing videos and stuff. I haven't done that in a few years now. So that's a little bit in my rear view. But I do still stay, generally last so I can turn off all the, stuff, lock things up, etc. But yeah, no, that's typically how it is. But yes, I do roll in late a lot of mornings, varying degrees of severity, but
we just hear it
I'll
as
own
like
it. I'll
third
own it.
parties, and
Yeah.
we like to joke about it in our chats.
Sometimes it's a matter of like a minute or two, and I can hear like Seabass or somebody screeching from the back, like sure. Sometimes it's more like half an hour. So there's definitely a lot of both. But I'll make up for it in any number of other ways. And I don't want to be the entitled guy. Like I always feel bad. Like if I do something that I wouldn't want somebody else to do, I gotta own that. So yes, I'll put some accountability on myself for that.
I just follow what like I see everyone at TRC doing, and I go, okay, I'm also going to just kind of blend in and do that too.
No, you guys are great.
We did show up on time.
Mine is kind of a reaction of prior to this job, I had jobs where it was absolutely you'd be fired if you showed up like a minute late. And it's just those like miserable retail jobs, just retail hell. You all know it. If you've ever had to work that kind of thing, or if you chose detailing and never ventured down that path, I'm sure you still have. different things you run into. But I've worked a lot of jobs already in my life. I was looking for here's something where I finally don't have to do that. I can still get a great job done, and I get to work with fantastic people, and I'm always super happy to do it.
I do envy you getting to work with that group of people every day because they're
Yeah.
a hell of a team.
They are awesome. Even when people are butting heads, it's only because they care.
Yeah,
So.
like when we were there in September, like now that we can talk about more of like why we were there and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like we got to see essentially like a typical week.
A normal week. Yeah.
Like a normal week, because TRCMA is not anything to base your judgment on of how everything operates there. But we got to see that, and for the most part, and yeah, we got to hear disagreements like from a creative aspect or from website stuff, like but everyone does it in a at least from what we could tell, like a respectful way, and everyone's receptive to feedback, and you guys work really, really well as a team.
Oh no, and admittedly, like it ultimately ends in a useful, respectful place. But there are times where we just get straight up disrespectful and we'll like totally beat each other up on stuff for fun, though. For fun.
Yeah,
not,
yeah. I think
like
a lot
actually,
of workplaces are like that.
not like actually, like absolutely, destroy a person for having an idea that you don't like. I mean, that's not productive. That's not useful. So,
and I think it's a healthy workplace to kind of have those disagreements too.
Yeah, we kind of
It
foster
keeps
that.
everyone fresh
and it's not necessarily just somebody who has clout has the best idea because they're the one with clout. It's like, no, actually strong ideas can and do win frequently, regardless of where they come from.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I gotta shout it out because those guys really do a great job.
Doer, what happened on Tuesday?
That's right. We're only on Tuesday.
What happened?
God.
We don't have.
Holy
crap!
crap!
A lot of time. We can because everyone saw it, right?
So yeah, because it was a good day. We had kind of at least a day under our feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tuesday, we
switched to black shirts.
Yep.
Yeah, we switched to black. That was a nice touch. Because the shirts last year were fine, but they weren't, as Tony Pando said, I had a lot of chafing in a lot of places. The material was just weird on those shirts.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to think. I actually have to. I feel like Anthony on the podcast. He's like, I got to go through my photos to see what I did on a given day.
Yeah, no, that's what I've been doing. Like, I'm trying to like not look like I'm ignoring you guys, but I'm also like,
no, you're trying to get
jog my memory.
Because and like the midday lunches are really good.
They actually really are.
I know we did have some barbecue sandwiches on the one day. We had some sweet gyro, but the air fryer was the real MVP.
Hey, except on this Tuesday, right? So anytime the lunch showed up, Doer would run and he'd go and put 2 aside for us in the fridge. So because we're not eating until after everyone else eats.
Oh God, you're not gonna bring this up.
I'm gonna bring it up. So
I don't even know what he's about to bring up, but I'm looking forward to it.
He tells me I put 2 burritos in the fridge for us. And I'm just thinking, like, I saw the size of these burritos, right? So like my body has now anticipated the consumption of this burrito. So I'm entire halftime show with Tony, where we're washing the Jeep and the Mini Cooper. I am the entire time. That was Tuesday, right? Yeah, that was Tuesday. And the entire time I'm thinking of this burrito. I'm like, I'm hungry. I cannot wait to eat this burrito. So Doer beats me to the green room. He's heating up his burrito in the air fryer. And he goes, oh, I thought yours was a burrito, but it's this. And I'm like, okay. And it's just a vegetarian burrito bowl and chips.
Oh.
And like, I'm thinking of just like how much protein I'm going to consume in this large burrito. And
you wanted some meat.
It didn't satisfy me.
No. Anthony would have something to say about that.
He was after the meat.
Yeah. So,
but
I forgave him.
After that, I don't remember what day that was for the lunch, but in the afternoon, I think Sydney arranged actually a unique buffet next door at the Toy Box.
Ooh.
So we actually were on the campus, and the great thing I love about TRC and the campus there is that you would have no idea that that place exists.
Mhm.
You're driving by, no clue. Which I think, like, obviously, you don't want to draw attention to yourselves for like theft reasons and such. But I'm like,
Yeah.
this is just a good thing. So the toy box is kind of I guess a collector's car area, if you will, and
It's like
Dan, you can probably explain a little bit
luxury
better.
car storage. There are places like it now that have kind of popped up around the country, but basically it's meant to kind of be like a social lounge
Yes.
slash luxury vehicle storage. And that when they say luxury, it's really more like it just means it's expensive. But like you get people who'll put in their classic Mustang right next to a kit car or something or other, and then you've got like somebody's Raptor R that they parked in there next to a vintage Porsche. Like it's a combination of things for sure.
It's a mishmash
And then
for sure.
the odd supercar something finds its way in there too. So yeah, it's just kind of a mishmash.
I have I have a little video to show people so that they
Oh sure, yeah.
can kind of get a visual of what's there. So you
There we
can see it's
go.
just
Hell yeah.
now. I completely forgot that I was on the TRC campus
Right.
essentially while we were here. We walked out and I was like, oh, that's right. Like we just need to walk back across the way. But yeah, that'll give
Because
you.
we ended up going to Dane's that night as
Yeah,
well.
that's right. That was the dinner I
but
did
I
not
do
go
have
to.
That's right, because you
Yeah,
were
'cause we
setting.
were
You
gonna
were setting
do-
up.
I was building a fire table. Oh,
So
that's
this was
great.
at the end.
Oh, what a good photo! I don't think I
love
have that
that.
photo.
Yeah, so that was as soon as this was taken, I ran over to Sydney. I'm like, I need this right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So kind of from left to right, we have Jordan from G Technic, John Green, Carson, we have Chris, we have Diego, we have Hunter, a few other TRC guys, Brandon, Liam, I believe, Justin from KCX. Justin was freaking me out though, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
So he had the meta glasses on. Every
Oh.
time
Okay.
he came up to me, I'm like,
Who am I talking to?
are those things on? Like, am I talking to you,
Yeah.
or are you live streaming right now? That threw me for a bit of a
Zuck
loop.
back
but that was
there.
real fun.
Yeah, what's
But
up?
then he's also got the personality of a jokester, right? So you ask him, "Are you filming
Yeah.
right now?" And he'll say no, but like you don't fully trust that.
No.
And probably
Or
one
if
of
he
my other
says
favorite
yes,
parts.
he's probably not, right? He
I'll,
just wants to see your on camera persona. Oh,
got to see this guy.
Oh,
Well, also
That's
one
my
of my
boy Yeti.
favorite. Also
Yeah.
one of my favorite high
The,
points of the trip.
the size is not well described here. He is a very large dog.
Yes.
And Dane, I
Yes.
couldn't remember because we met your parents' new dog last year.
yes.
Was it Leonard?
A bear.
That
They
was
decided to
You
call
were
him
way
Bear.
off.
They decided to call him Bear because I told him
Yeah.
it was a way to kind of say he has a real name, Barry, but you just
Yeah.
call him Bear.
Okay.
Joey
And
and I were
that's like
talking,
they
and I'm
wanted
like-
to kind of give him like a human name, but not. And I'm like, Barry, and then you can
because
call
Joey
him
and I
Bear
were
'cause it's
talking,
kinda
we're like,
fuzzy.
it was kind of one of those things where like the name is on the tip of our freaking tongue.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we just can't nail
Leonard.
it down.
Well, Leonard was not.
I don't
that's
know
not what
why I
was
thought it was
thinking.
Leonard. Good
Oh
Lord.
man.
So then we rolled into Wednesday after the toy box. It was raining. Like it was raining pretty heavily.
April
Mhm.
Fool's Day.
Happened on my deck. You
April-
guys all got washed out.
April Fool's Day.
So we went
God,
into
April
this
Fool's
day.
Day.
We went into this day knowing that certain things were happening, like certain segments were airing, and they
Yeah,
were
It's
of
gonna
a
get weird.
lighthearted nature. But Kimberly says, "How does Leonard sound like Bear?" Canadians.
Leonard, Bear. I guess it's just our.
There's the E, the A, and the R. I guess
there's the
that's.
R. They're rearranged, but they're in there.
But the one thing we didn't consider until like maybe the night before was, sorry, there's a black cat looking at me through the window here. Hello, black cat. Was, are we going to get pranked like in any way, shape, or form? Like,
I was worried. I was really worried because that it didn't even cross my mind at the beginning, right? Because we
Yeah.
Oh,
had
yeah.
planned all this stuff, like kind of because we were gonna do some pranking, I think, more last year. It just didn't come to fruition.
Mhm.
But this year, I'm like, we told everybody like the stuff we were gonna do. And I'm like, is this gonna backfire on us? Like,
Yeah, like, is someone going to
I'm
pull
like,
out
I
in the
don't
reverse?
I don't need this anxiety, right? So, but
I'm looking for other photos.
yeah, nothing
Honestly-
horrible happened on the first.
You guys were asking about like favorite, part of the show, thing like
Yeah.
that. I mean, honestly, I think some of the stuff that we shot for those halftime bumpers,
Oh my god.
some of my very favorite stuff. I was so excited for
Your
people to see that.
wash with Anthony where we swapped your products on you. That was one of
I
your
had to
finest.
apologize preemptively to viewers because I knew it was going to upset some people. I just knew it was going to be,
Oh,
if
you
not
thought that was
upset them,
gonna
like
upset
make them pissed
people.
off. I thought it was going to be upsetting to people.
So we
Yeah.
roll from that upsetting
Disturbing.
people to an even more disturbing segment of Unsatisfying Saturday.
Oof.
Which
Probably one of
when-
my favorites.
When we heard this idea, I was like, for those of you who don't know, the Rag Company YouTube channel has Satisfying Saturday, which is an ASMR style, relaxing, like Saturday wash that you would do in the morning.
Soothing wash noises.
Typically with Josh.
Delightful.
You may have seen it
Yeah.
in Gabe's garage and all. Yeah, it's a great segment. It's meant to make you relax. It's meant to make you just chill out.
You
We
grab a
did
coffee,
Unsatisfying
relax, have a good
Saturday,
time.
where we did the absolute worst
Opposite.
job washing a vehicle.
And I didn't know Glenn
best
was going to
worst
make
job.
it. I didn't know Glenn was going to make it unsatisfying and then spelling Saturday the way that she did. I don't know whose idea that was, but that made it even better.
I think that if it wasn't Glenn's idea, I think it was kind of a group like we arrived there. But it was definitely
Yeah.
like, okay, we need to take this even further in making it terrible.
And
Yeah.
Because she would consult with us. She definitely like group, like collectively, focus groups ideas on some of
And
that stuff.
for those that didn't know, that segment, because obviously that was done in September. So it was Glenn's Rav or her parents or whatever. And so there's the scene where Joey is using the bucket filler to rinse off the back. We forgot that the sunroof was open.
Oh God!
On the car?
Oof.
And because we had it open when I was sticking out the top to clean the roof, right? And even though we had 5 people in that studio, right after I was in there, we never even thought, hey, you should probably, I don't know, close the sunroof. And then everyone thought this was a full bottle of soap, which it was not.
It was not. Like, I would
was like an
not
ounce
have
left,
done
maybe.
that.
No.
Still,
but
it gets the idea across.
surprisingly, the wool pad did a really good job on the wheels.
But
That
then I
was-
cleaned the paint with it, and
Yeah,
everyone
right after.
kind of lost their
And like
mind.
when I zip tied the body brush to the pressure washer wand,
That
didn't
was the
realize that-
one. People liked that idea.
Yeah,
They're
the
like
comments
everything
were
else
like,
in this
"Yo,
is
that's
awful, but
good."
actually, that's kind of cool.
yeah. But it was so
Oh
hard.
man,
to,
like
zip
I
tie it.
haven't like truly watched any of this like since I've
Oof,
been
watch
back
it
yet.
back.
So
Yeah,
I just remember like this kills me. But I just
yes.
I just remember like thinking like no one is ever going to ask us like if any of my neighbors saw this, they would never ask me to
My
clean their car.
next.
They would
I love how
stop
I
to my
think-
next.
I throw the mitt right after this, and it suddenly has all kinds of sticks and twigs in it.
That was
Like,
hilarious.
I'm
Oh,
like, it's
I forgot
fitting.
about that.
Like, bloop, and then you pick it up, and it's
Oh my God.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was painful to sacrifice a oh yeah,
wash
just
and
this
then that
is
was funny.
this is wild. But the idea behind this was how can we take a step and upset people and make them, I think you said someone it was making like their eye twitch or something like that, like
Yeah, I saw the Forrest Whitaker eye. That killed me.
Yeah.
yeah. So there's Dewar's
There's the
famous
brush.
like
Yeah.
not so safe brush.
It was hard to
With
hard
all
to
that
zip tie it in
metal.
a way that it would stay. So I kind of had to grab onto the shaft of the brush too.
Yeah.
But
you gotta
looking back
control
at
the shaft.
this, and I'm like, I'm like, that gun was good, but actually trying the H2O gun in person, because I think it was there, but obviously we were careful on where we were using it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that being said, like using that one, yeah, this is where the sunroof was open.
This is where the sunroof was open. My bad.
But yeah, the new H2O stuff, I think that's something to be really proud of. And like, we're not just blowing smoke up people's butts. Like this was certainly a project that took a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And while we were actually driving back, we actually had a phone call with the master of Shine himself, Levi Gates.
Mhm.
And he was telling us kind of like the infancy of that, where it literally went from like, napkin and paper to cardboard to, some digital design, and then working in a production, right? So I think that was a really big deal. But like you can tell the stuff has been thought out. And even in September, I know I don't know what version it was then, but there were still some minor.
Yeah, we've been through so many revisions.
Yeah, but
you guys got to test it,
yeah, which was awesome. And even the big name pressure washer Wanza guns, I'd say it was as good, or equal, right? Because there's been so much, which I think is good. The competition is good, and there's been so much in the market now that's forcing, because the big name ones, that was kind of the status quo for the longest time.
It's either that or the cheap, Alibaba type ones. It's like the in-betweens were like, they felt kind of like a waste of money sometimes.
Yeah, this feels so high quality in your hand and comfortable in your hand.
Yeah.
Like I even told Alex that like the ergonomics of it, like I've started to have like just the tiniest bit of pain in my wrist when I'm done with a detail. And I think it's the pressure washer. Like if you've got one where your arm is cocked like this, right? Like your hand is cocked like that, you're gonna feel it out. And I noticed that the Ultra H2O one does not do that. So I'm looking forward to doing a little swap out there.
Again.
Because pulling the trigger is just part of the issue. It's also the angles you're holding it at.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, you think about how like the ligaments and tendons and stuff move in your arm.
Yep.
And just the weird positions you end up kind of creating when otherwise that's not something it would be doing.
It could also be like I'm pointing the gun down a lot because of my height.
Yeah,
so I'm usually aiming down at the vehicle. So it could be partially me. But
Joe, you look ungodly tall from this angle.
Oh no, it's hilarious.
And I'm like, I don't think you'd normally tower over a RAV4, but
no, absolutely, just tower.
It does look like a very small vehicle in this video. It's got to be like the lens or something.
Yeah, but
no, it's perfect. People need to know Joey is that tall.
Yeah.
The way,
and that was one of we noticed like with Jimmy's camera. I don't know if like the angle was different this year or what, but like the upward shots made me look a lot taller like during the pre-show and stuff.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy and Glenn discussed that ahead of time whenever they were dealing with you to try and emphasize it.
Yeah,
probably just as a fun bit because that is something Glenn would do.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't put it past her. That
premeditated.
That's perfect. Yep. That is perfect.
So yeah, Wednesday was awesome. We ended up going to base camp, one of our favorite places. That the kitty litter finger sticks were much better this year.
They were.
Because
I think they switched the breading.
Yeah. And then I think it was the Grandmaster segment on Thursday, Joey. I don't remember.
No, it was Wednesday.
That was Wednesday.
Because we were gifted something pretty special on Wednesday.
I've got mine back.
Joey's got his over yonder. I have mine in front of me. So if you saw the Grandmaster segment, we actually got our custom logo on there, which is kind of crazy. So we got some detail factory tools up here, like little pry tools and such, and then some of the suede applicators for the foam blocks that are in this other bin, and just pretty
packed with goodies.
Super cool.
Carson worked really hard on those. He did an awesome job.
Shout out to Carson. Shout out to Carson on that.
We were truly surprised by it.
Yeah. But yeah, as soon as you open that box, like I didn't want to get emotional on camera, but it was pretty close. And then I got to thinking, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wrap this in bubble wrap on my suitcase and get this home. So
he did.
Made it in one piece, obviously.
Doer, you should pack people's luggage like as a side hustle. Like you're so good at like
yeah, I know.
you could like you'd be like, I'll come over, $20. Like I'll pack your luggage for you. Like
It's like
it
people
would
wrap
take him
presents.
no time. He would enjoy doing it because he'd also like look up what flight they're on and all that stuff.
Just itinerary, everything built out.
He's so good at it.
It's crazy. Because I'm like, because I asked Joey like before, because I'm like, do you have a luggage scale? He's like, we have a people scale.
I have a people
And I'm like,
scale.
okay, great. Because of the last minute changes, I had to be like a little bit more. You weren't getting your 2 free 70-pound bags and like the bougie, and so I'm like, okay, I gotta like stick under that 50-pound limit where when you don't have to pay attention to it, it's like, oh crap, like you need to be cognizant of it. So I
Gas
threw
prices
everything
aren't
in.
getting any better either. So
No,
the
so I threw
flights
it all in
aren't
the
getting
bag,
cheaper.
and I'm like, but the thing people forget a lot of times is like an empty bag itself can still be relatively heavy. So
Yeah.
threw it all in there, threw it on the scale, and it was like 48 pounds. I'm like, Joey, how accurate is your scale? I was like, I think pretty accurate, but like just to be safe, I shifted some stuff around because like I usually travel pretty light. Like when I went in September, I just had a carry-on bag, like it was nothing. And but this time I'm like, I know that I'm bringing stuff down, but also bringing stuff back. So I literally brought like the biggest suitcase I could find.
Huge.
A family member, like it was completely obnoxious to what I would normally do. But
you just fit Danny DeVito in there.
Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely big. You put 2 Danny DeVitos in there.
Oh yeah. Wow.
So those trips are unique. And then on Thursday we had an awesome day. Bittersweet. We did our painting with Tony Pando. Joey, I'll bring up the photo actually of
pull that baby up
of us because that was
pull that baby up.
So Glenn or Dane, was that Glenn's idea for the painting, or how did that come about?
So if I recall, because I remember seeing different iterations of what can we do to spice up some of these segments and stuff. So far as I know, that was something specifically that Glenn came up with, or she possibly had some assistance, but I knew she was kind of like leading the charge and coming up with a lot of like anything to do with like halftime content. So with a lot of those, I mean, that's beautiful. You guys did an amazing job.
Killed it, dude.
No idea
Killed it.
what you were signing up for. I love that when you started, you were originally making like 3 different portraits, and then you went.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
I thought that's what we were doing.
Well,
because I thought quickly,
totally
I
bought
thought
into it. It was
I'm going to
great.
make this the sun.
I'm with you guys though. I had no idea how Tony Pando was going to handle that.
Yeah.
Because of my experience having met him, I knew he loved Anthony and he could be a very enthusiastic guy. But you get some of these people that kind of get like a little uptight when they're suddenly like taken outside their comfort zone. Things get a little weird. You don't know how like if they're gonna get that it's funny and you can kind of roll with it, as opposed to just like.
Yeah.
Oh, what a time to freeze.
So
there you go.
And we don't want to.
There we go.
Oh no, and I'm back. Okay, we don't want to do that to someone who's a guest, right?
Yeah.
So you want to make it a comfortable place for your guests, but at the same time, part of the fun, and we know the audience really enjoys this, is the fact that we will kind of push like a little bit, and it's not just like edgy for edgy's sake. It's like there's usually kind of a wholesome, something, and then we kind of push the boundaries along the margins, just enough to keep it fun.
I like to think that having the guest on a ridiculous halftime show like that, especially when their segment is coming up right after halftime, really kind of like, I don't know, like loosens them up. Like you like last year. Not that Matt like needs to be loosened up for camera, but like. He didn't know he was cooking steaks and then like gonna rip his pants.
We definitely threw that out. The pants were okay. People need to know the pants rip was not planned. That was actually something that just happened. Completely fluke deal. That was crazy.
maybe like having steaks and like a full belly and all that beforehand made him go along with it a little bit better than maybe you would ripping your pants on camera. You know what I mean?
Kind of primed him for it a little bit.
I'm not that I'm going to take full credit for that, but like I like to think that also happened with Tony. Like it was his first time, doing a Dr. Color Chip segment, and like what better way to loosen him up than to paint a shirtless Anthony like 30 minutes before he needs to go on camera.
And when we were doing that,
Oh,
like I was
man.
cracking up. There's all kinds of innuendos I had to kind of bite my tongue with. Joey,
I went
Of
with it. And
course.
I
Paint
did
me like
not.
one of your French girls comes up immediately. So we
Yep.
made sure Anthony said something to that effect.
I also said something about hand jobs, and
Yep. Oh no.
I
That unfortunately the comments went nuts with that. And I'm like, okay, I'm
I
just gonna let
realized,
that.
like,
I'm not even gonna acknowledge.
I'm pretty good at catching
I'll just
myself.
let
Like,
commenters do their thing. Yeah.
as everyone knows who listens to the podcast for 53 episodes, I say some wild shit sometimes, and
Oh.
I'm honestly surprised that I don't drop an F-bomb because it's part of my vocabulary. But
Yeah.
apparently,
Oh, absolutely. Same here.
apparently saying hand job
It's fine.
did not, it made it through the
The filter
filter.
didn't account for that.
Yeah.
Not my finest moment.
Oh no. Well, you know, it is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Alex.
Oh, I was gonna say, because like after we took that photo, because we had it on like the hood stand that we were painting it on, and then
Yeah.
your dad, like after the show was wrapped up, your dad came in, and he's
Uh-huh.
looking at it and just kind of had a, oh my, right,
Oh,
and
what?
so we're talking about it, and the topic of like, I think your dad even said like, oh, we should like put this up at SEMA. I'm like, oh Lord.
Yeah.
and then I told
Nobody
Jeff,
will understand the significance.
and then I told Jeff, I said, I'll do you one better, Jeff. I said, what you do is you make a QR code starting the exact time that this segment begins so people can scan it
Oh man.
and then understand, like, you know, have a little, like, write a little thing on there. It's like, want some context, and then like scan it, take it right there.
Oh
and
man.
then-
Ron's got a good idea to put it on the back of a TRC t-shirt.
Holy
Ron,
crap.
that's a great idea. I will say I walked past this mural, I'm calling it now. I walked
Yes.
past it at least a dozen times or more since, you know, Monday. Just it's out there in the studio. I see it every day
Yeah.
walking in and out. And it continues to just catch the eye in a way. Like I thought, okay, you know, the whatever will wear off after a little bit. But no, I still find myself going to look and
Yeah.
like, oh man, you guys really killed it. It's just something so funny about seeing it because it doesn't read as a pressure washer gun. It literally looks like he's trying to do a little 007 thing.
Dude,
like
that's what it
holding
looks
the-
like. It looks like
holding
the
pressure gun. It
like
just-
not the man with the golden gun, it's his little silver gun,
So
right? Like
funny.
that's exactly
Oh.
what it looks like.
But the head shape is like Easter Island head. It's great.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Well, he said to focus on his jawline, make sure that we, you
Yeah.
know, that we caught it
it's
right. So
blocky, all right.
I gave him a blocky head.
Because we
He's
were
not here to
like,
defend himself. Sorry, Anthony.
as we were talking, because Glenn had the things kind of lined up that we would kind of lead into some of the questions to make him say, because those are kind of like queued up sayings. And yeah,
Glenn
we-
had
I-
like a soundboard. She was recalling
Yeah.
him,
Yep.
just pushing buttons
She
to make
was-
him say different stuff.
Yep.
She had this thing built out like crazy. It was so funny.
she was showing that on Sunday, and I was proud of her for having that. I'm like, that is crazy cool.
just
Genius.
have quick keys to just
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
man, that was
So
awesome. That
good.
was absolutely one of my most favorite segments. I'll never forget it. And that's
Yeah.
what makes me, because I'll never forget the steak segment either. So that's what
Yeah.
makes me think it's
memorable.
it's up there.
And-
It's definitely up there.
And speaking of steaks, to round out the day, we went to
Ooh.
one of our favorite restaurants.
Yep.
And with a Y. And
You
I
pulling a
do
picture
also-
of the steak?
I was gonna say, do you have a photo ready?
I do.
Okay.
Oh,
I was gonna say, because I also had it ready. So this
I am a
place is
millennial. I do take pictures of my food.
it's
Oh, man.
it's in Eagle, Idaho, which is just west of the Rag Company. And it's always like every time we've gone there, it's been a popping spot.
beautiful.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what you want to eat after a long
looks
week of
like
making
it's on
a
the
fool of
menu.
yourself.
That
Yeah.
doesn't look like you took a photo of your plate. That looks like it belongs on the menu.
I don't know if you know this about me, Dane, but I could take some pretty good photos from time to time. Sometimes
Heck
I
yeah, you
surprise
can.
myself.
I'm loving it. I'm seeing it on this tiny screen. It looks just as appetizing. It looks like
This
I want to
was-
click it.
my
and go, I
mouth's
want to order
watering.
that. Yeah.
My
Well, that
mouth's
was like
watering.
one
My
of the,
wife wants to go to Boise just for this meal, so we may be
Mhm. Yeah.
back. We may be back soon.
And I don't know how I got this, but like shout out to Apple. Because like I somehow was able to shoot this on an iPhone. Which I don't
Oh,
really
what a
under-
good photo!
Let me zoom out a little
Oh
bit.
boy.
What
like
a
we got
great
the camera
yeah.
thing
Thursday
going
was
on.
just full of shenanigans. Like Thursday, you would have thought Thursday was April 1st.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I think so that was a lot of fun. And then obviously Thursday night was after there we went back to Danes for a little bit.
Mhm.
And Glenn just had like a
Watched
sigh
a little
of
bit of
relief,
the show.
Little show review. Yeah.
Yeah.
which is it's funny because she literally knew every second of what was happening. It was
Yep.
wild.
She was like, "No, go back. It was before this." Like
Yeah.
she knows the show better than anybody. Like
Yeah.
what happened where.
And then so that was fun. Then we went back to the hotel. And it's kind of nice not having to get up like super early to go. I mean, we still left her around like we
Yeah.
left around 10:30 because we went for breakfast. Gabe ended up showing up.
Yeah.
Sydney was there and Delaney. We went to Waffle Me Up downtown.
Oh,
which
nice.
is a really cool spot. Some of the best chicken and waffles. And
See, I've always done chicken and waffles, but I've never done it with the country gravy on the chicken, right? It's always like a maple.
Ooh.
And my God, like that's I feel like what I've been missing with chicken and waffles.
Country gravy helps for sure.
And I guess they do their waffles a little bit differently there. So they're really airy, like they were crispy. Oh man, I'd almost drive there for that.
You
And
know,
then
there was
making
a-
us hungry again. Yeah.
There was a sale going on last week, and I'm just because
I
this
only
box
plugged that
is in
about
front-
1,000 times.
Yeah, I ordered some stuff. Then it actually came today, but I haven't opened it, like unpacked it yet. So I
Ooh.
figured
Live
I would
unboxing.
just unpack it while you continue to tell your stories, so that there's something detailing adjacent.
So
in
we didn't
the
want to
frame.
because guy math, because we were gaining an hour going back to Pacific time. We we can afford to leave a little bit later. It's not like the middle of December where the
How
sun's
well
down.
this is packed.
Oh my Lord, look at that.
We did do a whole video about that.
I
Yep.
know.
That was one of my favorites. And I think I'm like, could you imagine Anthony packing now? He'd be fired day one.
Oh,
He's
but
like,
he would.
resting the
I
box
think
on
he
his
would do an
shoulder.
okay job, but I think he would just take forever to get it right.
That's
Yes.
the real issue is the time.
Yeah,
Of it
so
all.
he'd probably
I'm
pack
guilty of
it
that
really,
too.
really well. Overuse like packing materials and take
yeah.
20 minutes per box.
Like what you see is the end result of so many different efficiencies coming together. Huge shout out to the people who work in the warehouse. They do an amazing job and they do get it like within a millimeter of like how long a piece of tape's supposed to be. All that stuff is like really just down to the wire to make it the best it could be.
Like
I am-
they're next level.
I am bad with tape. Okay, so we got some ASC, some Leather Star.
Yep.
Mhm.
Hot
Things
diggity
I
dog.
needed re-up on. I have not tried this, but I meant to get a bottle when we were there.
Oh yeah.
But I haven't
one
tried
thing,
it personally.
One thing that I like if you're into logistics is the little gripper tape pieces you guys have.
Mm-hmm.
There was one on the Leather Star, and like that stuff is very interesting.
I picked up one of these for my wife for her
Ah,
makeup brushes.
There
Good
you
call.
There you go.
So that I don't have to always clean mine out so well to make sure there's no like harsh chemicals when she needs to use it for her brushes. So
Don't need touchless on her face.
no, exactly.
Oh, we don't want to do that.
Couple more of these bad boys.
go.
Mhm. No soaks.
They're not the
Classic.
cool armor ones, right? But like
They're just
same.
they're just blue. Sorry, not green.
same but different. I know there's one. So I didn't realize this, and I think this is pretty cool. But I like got my order confirmation or my shipment confirmation, and it was missing one item, like because it was it was shipping separately. And I was like, okay, and that's alkali wheel cleaner. And then I got a notification the next day. I guess you guys like pull from your Amazon stock if you run out of your, because it says it's coming from Amazon, and I'm like,
They've
oh,
got
that's kind of cool.
contingencies built in
Yeah.
to try and make that. That's not always been the case. That's a more recent development.
Yeah, that
but
was
they're
the
really
first
trying to
time that
make it-
that's the first time I've experienced it with one of my orders. So I thought that was pretty cool because a lot of places would just be like, oh, we're sold out. Like, we can't
Tough,
take the
yeah.
inventory from
from
anywhere else. Yeah. I got another pack of the citrus twist. It was like $9 on clearance, like with the sale and everything.
Oh
Like,
yeah, hell yeah.
these are great house towels. I mean, they're great for the car too, but like I up here designate the I don't know. They just give like a kitchen vibe, right? Like because
I
there's
I
fruit
love
on them.
those ones actually. They're great.
I love
Yeah.
these towels. And then what else we got here? We got I got one of the color burst towels
Nice.
because
That's right.
I got the
I think I
1500,
sold you on the
denim.
denim.
The denim one really got me.
Yeah.
I got
Because I told Lucas, I said, hey, like, because I know the V1s are on clearance. I'm like, they're probably still fine. I'm like, I think we should both get a V1. And then we tried it when we got back to Joey's. He's like, I really like this.
check
No,
this
honestly,
out.
they are good. They're really good.
This doesn't really come across, I think, in the photos online. I don't know if it'll come across in 720p, but
My
there's
Lord. I can see the blue.
there's blue
The
and
sheen.
green,
Mhm.
right? So it's two different
Yeah.
colors. I think that's really cool. I
Yep.
I,
Now
I
that
don't know.
that
I'm a
was such a
sucker for
cool
drying
impact.
towels. If there's one thing that's been consistent across any podcast I've been on, I'm a drying towel whore.
Yeah.
And then I needed like to spend 57 cents to get free shipping. So
Oop.
new
Oh
car
my
sticker.
God, that's funny.
Got you a sticker. That's all
Got me a
right.
sticker.
Hell yeah. Yeah, and then
So-
because we afforded to leave a little bit later. But we had breakfast, and then Gabe had his little daughter with him. Oh, just the cutest.
Oh, she's so cute.
Yeah. And then we got on our way. We made pretty good time coming back. Got back to Sacramento because we wanted to go to Joey's and dump all of our stuff off and then go for dinner.
Well,
but
so
we
the drive back was a little rougher than the drive there, I would say.
Oh,
from
what
a
happened?
from a just being, because we're looking forward to it. We're like well rested, ready for the week, and then we're just cooked at the end of the week.
You're done.
So as much as I like did not want to fall asleep as a passenger and navigator, I was
Yeah.
like, there were times where I got to take like a 2-minute micro nap where he's not even going to notice because I was just so tired.
Well, you got me. You got me. Yeah, it was a little bit quieter, I guess you could say, but we still had some good conversations, some good music, and
Mhm.
and whatnot there.
Talked to DJ, talked to
Yeah.
Levi, so we were able to kill some time with some phone calls.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. The phone calls make that go quick.
They do.
So-
And then we were going to come home and drop everything off and then go out to dinner. But we ended up going straight to the restaurant instead. So like, boy, did I have to pee.
We were meeting a friend of yours. So yeah, it was like because we were kind of on like a time crunch because we went through the whole like agriculture inspection as soon as you get into California,
Mhm.
and got that all knocked out. And then it was nice because like I wasn't leaving early on Saturday. We had a bit of time just to shoot the breeze and just hang out
And shoot a video apparently.
and shoot a video. Yeah. So we did a whole video on like washing a rental. I'll probably have that separately. Because I have a vlog type thing finished from just the week. And then we got some stuff we washed that rental 3 times in the course of
The Camry treated you guys pretty good, didn't it?
Oh yeah,
See,
I like to the point where like I'm considering like do I purchase a hybrid vehicle as like as something that like I fill up like once every couple months or something, like, you know what I mean?
As a former owner of a C-Max Energy, I can tell you it's pretty convenient.
It was just like I mean I've been in hybrids before, I've driven hybrids before, but like we were getting like almost 540 miles per tank.
Oh yeah,
Like that's crazy.
No, yeah, and that's a non-plug-in hybrid that you have.
Yeah.
It just a
Yeah.
standard hybrid. So
Yeah, 'cause
yeah, I mean,
the,
plug-in works if you charge it at home. That's like the
Yeah.
reason to own one of those. But a regular hybrid can do plenty.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I was when you stop at a light or in a parking lot or whatever, you have the little EV button where if the battery's charged enough, you can actually go in there and it activates like until about 20-25 miles an hour and then it shuts off.
It'll force it, yeah.
Yeah, but it was still nice because like we're driving and I'm like the gas is going down, but I'm like we're eating up a lot of miles and it's not going down as fast as I thought it would.
Yeah.
Because like we probably could have pushed it to make it, but that range anxiety was not my thing.
Nah.
No, you and I both like to be like prepared. We like to have the we've probably got like the full spectrum on screen right now, right? Like
Yeah.
there's a full spectrum going on.
I'm
Undiagnosed,
picking
I'm
up what
pretty
you're
sure
putting
it
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we like
crazy.
we like to plan things. We like to have. I just like to
Yeah.
know. I want to know what the parking situation is like where I'm going. I want to know
Well, and
who's
you and
going
I
to
were
be
both
there.
worried, like when this all start, like when we were going to dinner for the first time, we're like, we don't know the neighborhood. We don't know if because we had like a box of just like random TRC stuff in the back. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
boy, right? So
I'm trying to open
it
this so I can smell it.
she all worked out. She all worked
Ooh,
out.
that's nice.
Ooh, crack it open. How would you describe the scent?
The scent. Hold on. Okay, so when you get like Otter Pops or you get
Now we're
Freeze
talking.
Pops or something like that,
Mhm.
it's like it smells like one of the red ones before it's frozen or like after it melts.
Okay, so
That's
yeah.
the most descriptive. It's like it's a cherry, but
No, that gets the point across. I definitely, yeah,
hold on.
like it's been a while since I sniffed that particular bottle, so I was just hoping you'd remind me, and you absolutely
Yeah,
nailed it.
it's like a it's like there's a tropical undertone, like a fruit cocktail going on with the cherry
Mhm.
there.
Some
It's
kind of
nice.
after notes you're picking up on.
It's nice. I think like even if
Subtler
you
notes.
don't use it like as it's intended, like with foaming, and you just use it as like a regular rinseless wash, I think it would still smell pretty good in the bucket for sure.
So
I'm excited to use this one.
because Joey showed me an Ethos soap that smelled phenomenal.
Oh yes,
that was good. That was
the
good.
What's it called? Pure shampoo.
Yeah,
and it's like a blood orange.
Ooh, now you're talking about language.
It's like a
I
blood orange
love
martini scent or something like that.
Sign
And
me up. That sounds great.
oh man, it's so unique. It's so I don't know. I just haven't smelled a detailing chemical like that before. And I had I picked
I
up
want to smell that.
I picked up a 5 liter of super foam while I was at the rag company, and Dewar wanted some. So I was like, I've got like 2 ounces of this Ethos soap left, and we can wash the car with that. And then I've got a bottle now to send him home with some super foam. So we did a little swapperoo there, but it was his first time using it. And yeah, I was happy that he was just as pleased with it.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. So
Sydney said, I've attended an entire track meet and ate a full chicken fried steak dinner during this podcast.
Chicken fried
Y'all
steak, my
should eat.
favorite. Oh,
that
man.
sounds so good. I can't believe we haven't been to Express
Not
Cafe.
dinner food.
I know I offered to take us
man.
there. You did, but
I know.
Oh boy, it's okay.
There's a lot of audibles that get called during the week.
That's the beauty of it.
It's very well for someone who likes to know what the hell's going on. Sometimes I'm like,
maybe not.
All right,
the
like I
beauty
gotta turn the extrovert up just like to 11, right? And then
because now your social battery's off.
Bro,
well, that's why I told you there would be
in.
dogs at my party. I was like, you will be able to just decompress with the dog if that's what you want.
And the second time that we came over, and it was more low key, and it was just
Even
the
more
dogs.
chill. Yep.
Like what a way to end the week. Like I needed that. That kicked it off on the right foot.
That's what I love to hear.
But yeah, my battery is unplugged at this point. Like people text me like my friends text me like, when are we gonna get lunch? And I go, well, I can't drive, so whenever you pick me up, and I'm not in any hurry right now. Like
only you have that power.
I'm chilling, man.
That's funny. And even I loved your because Joey posted a thing, I think it was on your story or something. You're like, I miss driving. It's like,
yeah, not that I'm counting, but I got 57 days left.
Well, and it was funny because like when I was with the people and like that didn't know your situation, I just said like, he's not able to fly right now. He's not able to drive. I'm like, this sounds really bad. And I'm like, he's not on like.
I realized that anytime we were talking about it, they probably think I like something criminal happened. Something like
it's not allowed to drive, guys. They revoked his license.
Yeah.
But,
They
and I'm
shredded
like-
that thing.
Because JB's like, yeah, I'm on the no-fly list. I'm like, oh my lord.
Well, technically, I didn't say which no-fly list.
Yeah.
Look, they're talking about Popeyes in the chat. David got Popeyes.
Oh, there we go.
Sydney said that was an option, and I still have like I don't know 28 pieces of chicken that were delivered to my house that I will probably be eating for dinner tonight as well.
Maybe I want.
Sounds like a good time.
I think it's between like chicken or sushi tonight.
Oh, bro,
Ooh.
join the chicken party. Like, if anyone's got tips in the chat right now before we end the podcast,
Alex, I'll
best
join
way-
you at sushi. That
best
sounds
way to
nice.
reheat Popeyes, put it in the chat. I'm thinking air fryer.
Yeah, we got
Tell you
some.
what, you don't have to reheat sushi.
That's true. Dane, what kind of sushi do you go
You
for? You a
shouldn't.
roll guy? Or are you a sashimi guy?
I do enjoy a good roll. I steer towards the rolls, but frankly, like if there's something delicious put on my plate in front of me, red snap or whatever, yellowtail, I'm in. Yeah.
Yeah, we throw like we have a couple like of the all you can eat ones. That I mean, those are.
I can't do that anymore.
Oh,
They're a
the
time
boats where they go
Like-
around on the little
Kinda,
river,
yeah,
and
and
you,
it's like
you
just,
pick up the tray.
Yeah, because it's like you have the iPad and you order a bit, and then like
Oh,
it
okay.
comes, and then
Yeah.
like if you want a little bit more, you get a little more, right? So,
But you get
Sure,
charged
yeah.
on anything you leave on the plate, right? So you can't over
Ah.
order just to like take some to go or
Right.
whatever. Like you get
Yeah.
charged extra for whatever is left on the
so
plate.
like
So
and that
the all you can eat
Yeah.
can be a little misleading sometimes.
well, and that's certainly not a like you don't do that for like a lunch break at work kind of thing. Like that's a time commitment.
Yeah.
First couple
Yeah.
hours.
Well, I just the older you get, like the less, at least for me, the less I can put down like that. David Boyce says sardines for everyone.
Oh no, I can't do sardines. I can't do anchovies. I can't do sardines. It's
What
weird.
about
like,
it-
I love sushi. I do not like sardines.
What about a Caesar salad? Do you like Caesar dressing?
Anchovy,
Caesar
like
salad?
hint of anchovy, not
Okay.
actual anchovies
just not
on the
eating the
Caesar
fish.
salad. But I like the Caesar salad with the anchovy like center flavor.
The
added.
essence of
I just-
anchovy.
the essence of anchovy. I just don't want to eat the fish.
Yeah,
For
I
whatever
get that.
reason, I don't know what it is. I'm normally not this picky eater, but I'm like repulsed by anchovies and sardines. Anthony always gets on my case. He's like, "Oh, dang, you love it. Oh, there's no reason for you to hate it. You eat sushi. What's the big deal?" I was like, "I don't know. There's some mental block I have." It
Yeah,
doesn't let me."
I think it might be like the fact that it comes from a tin or a can. I'm not
Yeah.
big on like
Too,
I'm
for
not
me.
big on seafood that comes like
I mean, I don't
I
like
like
spam
tuna,
that much
right?
either, but I'll tolerate it. It's
I like
just,
tuna,
yeah.
but like everything else that I can think of that comes in a can, I probably not gonna eat. be
Juice.
thrilled
I'm
with.
sorry. I will eat pineapple on pizza. It's my favorite pizza. Hawaiian pizza.
So good.
I love it.
Man, all this
I
food
love
talk's
it.
got me freaking hungry. Holy crap.
Yeah, I am getting pretty hungry too. But yeah, like what a week. And
Yep.
like the hospitality of you guys never
Oh,
ceases
crazy.
to amaze me. The
We love you guys.
the accommodating nature of just everything that went on like a month before and being able to pivot and still put on a show without a hitch.
Mhm.
Like I can't thank you guys enough for that.
No,
I
thank
don't
you
know
for being a part of it.
I don't know if the parentals ever watch this, but thank you to you guys. Dane can probably relay the message, but
Oh well.
man, just I don't think about real life at all when I'm there, right? Like
That's
there's
good,
no-
right?
there's
Great
no
disconnect.
news, there's no social media like I'm taking pictures and posting to my story, but I'm not really on
Mhm.
my phone other than that. And I'm just I'm not thinking about work. Like one of my buddies was asking me like a work related question. And I texted him back. I was like, I'm on PTO. I don't give a fuck. Like,
No,
I
you're
just
being present. You're describing being present, and that's
Exactly.
so important and not a common thing these days.
yeah. So like I'll take pictures, I'll look at them later, I'll edit them later, whatever. But like being present, being in the moment, just like being in Boise with you guys are at this point, if you weren't already, like your extended family, you
Yeah.
guys like I look forward to seeing you guys every year now at this
Yeah.
point. hopefully
And
more
that
more
goes
often.
both ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And it
guys
was
are absolutely a treat to have every time.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like I put on my post the other day. I said a lot of people gave us some weird looks as to why we would drive like 8.5 hours. I kind of wish Matt was there because, like, first off, he thought we were nuts for sharing a room and then having to do this. That would push him off the edge.
Oh yeah.
But I just, and the only thing I
Sharing a
could
room
think
with
of,
Matt sounds like a night.
oh Jesus, the only thing I could think of was I'm like, this is just what you do to get the job done. I'm like,
Mhm.
it's
Like
easier.
we had
That's all you say.
commitments, and like
Yep.
I'm heartbroken when I can't maintain my part of the bargain, and
Mhm.
like being able to work all that out, get there, and thanks to Alex, like
Yep.
yeah, just it was
Nice.
another best week ever.
Yep.
No.
Yep. I can't wait to get together with everyone again, whether that's April or if we have to do anything in between.
I was
You
gonna
know?
say we got to come up with some more excellent halftime concepts that are just
Yeah.
just weird enough that they don't work as a main channel video, generally speaking, and it
Yep.
has to end up as a halftime thing.
Yeah.
Besides, you guys are welcome to contribute ideas if you think there's something
Yeah.
you'd like to try and do. Like, Glenn and I and Jimmy are always listening, so
Yeah.
throw them at us.
Well, my wife wants to go to Coins for that exact meal,
Ooh.
so
Well, then bring her next time too.
well, maybe one of my ways to stretch my legs when I can drive again would be a nice little road trip back up to
Little rip.
Boise.
Okay.
So
All right, we're listening.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch.
I know where you live.
Yeah,
literally. You literally know where everybody lives.
I've been to everyone's house. I'll
Yeah.
find someone.
Everyone's screwed.
True.
So, but Dane, thank you for taking the time. I know this was a little
Yeah,
bit
you
of
bet,
a
guys.
longer episode, and yeah,
No,
I'm
I
sure we're
enjoyed
gonna
it.
have more of this to talk about, more episodes moving forward. But yeah, thank you, Joey, as well for not killing me in the car and falling asleep. And
Thank you for
watching.
getting me there safely and keeping me alive all week.
And I think we should see before we end the stream if the spacecraft landed.
Oh, that's a nice way to.
That's
to end
important.
this.
It looks like
I was
they're back on
also-
Earth. So
They are
I
back
was
on
going to
Earth.
point out a TRCMA moment that we kind of missed and didn't talk about, or unless you guys did and I missed it. Hans Closen as a judge.
Oh
my
Yeah.
God.
The whole
That
segment,
made
the follow
my
up to
fall.
everybody's favorite conspiracy.
We
Did
were
she
told about
steal
it,
or
right?
did
Like
she not?
we didn't see it until we watched it live. But yeah, we
That
had
was
no
me.
idea that this was coming, and we were like, no way. Like, you're debuting the sequel that
That was
people have
fun
wanted for
catching you
like a
off guard with
year.
that.
Oh, that
So
caught me by
I was
surprise.
like,
Did
so
that take
stoked
a
with
lot
that.
of? I can't imagine it took a lot of convincing, but for them to do.
I wrote to them several months ago that this was something that we wanted to have happen, but
Yeah.
sometimes you throw an idea at somebody in an email and maybe you hear something back, maybe you don't. But this
Yeah.
time they're like, "Oh, well, yeah, you just got them. They're on vacation right now. They're on holiday, but they'll be back after a certain point. At which point I can
Yeah.
talk to them and we can see about something." Then it's like, okay.
Crazy.
And then I didn't hear anything for a long time, and I thought, no, I don't want to bug them about it, but we'll just
Yeah.
see. We didn't think TRCMA at the time though. We thght maybe we'd just drop it in during
Yeah.
the
That's what
halftime
I
or
would
something.
have
Yeah,
expected.
And then when the opportunity presented itself, it was like, well,
Might as
why
well.
wouldn't we, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, that became a really, really cool opportunity. So I worked with Dylan and those guys. Dylan
That's awesome.
being the camera guy over there in Europe,
Yeah.
and just awesome. They
Yeah,
all
that-
did a great job.
That was so much fun. I can't believe I forgot about that. That was so fun.
So
But,
I look forward to future sequels.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
this
everyone,
is going to be a
thanks for,
trilogy now. I can't wait.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll hopefully see you next week.
Yep.
Love y'all.
Bye,
All right,
guys.
See you guys.